See, the funny thing is that you
Hi, I'm running late.
That drunk. Like you,
So
you just
seem
seem
fine.
You're just like you.
Like I said,
Except a little bit more confrontational.
I am
with Diana mostly.
Same.
Remember when she fucking stomped my foot?
Yeah, that was great.
So, two things about that. I always say that I feel like I'm really good at holding my composure, but I'm just more like loud, I guess. The second thing is, I kept saying I was gonna punch her in the face. That was like I'm not a fighter, but it was more of a like egging her on because she kept wanting to punch people in the face.
She did want to fight.
By the way, I don't have any intentions of ever hitting your girlfriend in the face or fiance.
That's okay. If she asked for it, go for it.
So
I'll probably hit her one day. So
yeah,
it's bound to happen.
And then Lobos, I was pretty sure Lobos was drunk. Cause
Lobos was he
like at
he
the
was
end
definitely he had a lot of alcohol in it, but he just acts exactly the fucking same, like it's indistinguishable.
I'm just more energetic, at least when I first start drinking. If it drags on, then I'm just the same person, just slower.
Yeah, I have to be careful when I get drunk because some of my politically correctness just kind of goes out the window.
Yeah,
it's like that.
You were acting up a little bit.
There's I don't remember if I said anything.
You said a few things.
Really?
Nothing bad.
Okay.
But there were a few things where I was like, okay, let's redirect this conversation.
There's that extra filter that just goes away. So, well, it's good to have a straight man there to change the conversation that needs to, or redirect things as it needs to.
That's my role. I know. I was like, they were like, come do Boozborne. I'm like, well, I don't drink or play Bloodborne. Okay, like, fine.
Were you talking about how good Bloodborne is, Joe?
It was really good.
It's so good.
I was really impressed by it as a game.
Play it.
I would like to. I don't own the system that it's on. So
if Fieldy gets tired of it, you should ask her to borrow her PS4. We have two.
I was gonna say, if we could figure out a way to get a camera working, you and I can stream it on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe we'll look into that.
Oh, do we have do we have cups?
Yeah. Here. Sorry, the stream is probably figured out. I'm massively behind.
It's fine.
Are we like live right now?
We are live.
Oh, I'm like clicking my teeth.
Wait, like camera live?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
wow.
What's up, guys?
Hi!
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't want to keep the people waiting.
Tired.
Oh yeah, I should have. Do you have an extra piece of paper by chance? Just like
I have lots of extra pieces of paper.
Yeah, I just need one just to write down like my health numbers and stuff.
I can spare you the blank part of this one in about 1 minute.
You
Just copy down what I need from it.
I'll get it. I just put my dog first.
Here, you can use the old fake main character sheet.
Old fake character sheet.
I had one when I first started, a dummy one that didn't have all of his paladin info on it. So I could look at my stats without you guys knowing that I was a fucking Templar.
Oh, that's right. Quality options! That's great. I don't even have Twitch open. I'm so behind. I'm sorry. I fucked up so bad. Plus, you just said Polo when I meant to say Lobos.
They're both
They
They're
are.
both dogs.
Stay right there. Sit up straight so I can get you on cam.
He's not going to sit up straight during the stream.
Well, no.
That's true.
But I want to, account for min-maxing.
I guess I do like
Yeah, that's fine.
Min-maxing.
Thank you. Yeah. We don't have a Bill this week. Bill had to work late,
Oh, no.
which sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
But hopefully that won't be the case next week.
He's going to miss this energy drink. Looks good. He's going to miss it.
Oh my god.
We can say some for him.
Yeah, we should.
Should we freeze
Can we
it?
just put it in the fridge for next week?
No.
I don't want it in my fucking house. We can bury it in the yard though. In like a time
With
capsule.
all those
But the one
knives.
that only... No. I threw those in the dumpster. I heard someone scratching at my back fence. Did I tell this story on stream already?
You didn't.
I discovered some scratching noises and I called out hello and I heard some kids run off. And I expected to go back there and find like a hacksaw and a hammer, but instead I just found a pile of knives underneath a bush.
So,
It was very
butter
intimidating.
knives or steak knives?
Like steak knives, cutting knives, butcher's knives,
Oh my god.
knife knives. It was really intimidating. It was
Great.
literally like the worst thing in the world.
Was that like one of the worst knives of your life?
You're light.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you. Did you get a piece of paper, Lobos? Are you good to go on that score? Is there a pair of... I need to switch this music up. This is good music, but it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
There we go. Kids are scary,
doesn't suit
Kuga.
the
You are
backdrop
absolutely
of
correct.
Polo loudly destroying
Bonk,
its
bonk,
food.
bonk. He eats like he's in prison.
I understand. I'm the same way.
Yeah. There is my... I'm a mess. I'm sorry. Should you... Why don't you get the non-minute started while I'm running around like an idiot?
All right.
There,
Well,
before that, could you hand me those scissors that are right in front of me?
Yes.
Just put them here on this box. Thanks.
Problem solved.
I'm happy to be here. This is the one time that I feel truly alive.
so I don't have any creative intro to this one, so we're just gonna go ahead and say this is Amp Energy Zero Watermelon flavor.
So
It's
is
a
it
new
your
flavor.
Zero watermelons. No watermelon.
I think it's Energy Zero Watermelon. I don't
And
know.
also 0 orange.
Yeah.
And 0 blueberries.
So this has got caffeine, zero sugar. Oh, zero sugar.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I
and
assume
and
it's Amp Energy
B vitamins.
Zero.
This is a new flavor, so I thought this would be an interesting one
Yeah.
to check out.
How do you do a watermelon flavor without
So it has 0 vitamins.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out.
I mean,
well, I
you're
guess you
gonna
won't
find
find out.
We haven't gotten anything sugar-free yet that was at all palatable. Oh my god, Lobo. Try to act like a professional.
Is that Wyvern?
Wyvern Slayer with $5.
I mean, probably.
$6 just to troll.
Hello, Polo.
Mac858 donated $30! Mac858, thank you so much.
What did you say? Mac 58? What?
Mac 858.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
New
Mr.
guy
Mac.
showed up during the D&D map drawing creative session
Oh, cool.
last night.
Oh, sweet.
Much appreciated, a fellow Dark Sun fan. Thank you so much. That's very generous considering that I've been running around trying to set up everything.
Well, unfortunately, this party just kind of shits on the Dark Sun universe.
No!
I don't. I'm perfectly
Victoria's-
canonical.
How many
Victoria's
things
perfectly
have we
canonical.
left standing in the universe?
Oh, we do destroy the universe
Yeah.
itself.
Oh, yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
yeah.
the rules
Oh
of
god,
the
no.
I thought you were you're gonna walk into Nibenay and be like, Sorcerer Kings, this is bullshit. Where's my cup?
This has got an interesting smell.
They all have
It's
interesting
that, it's
smells.
That,
hell?
I
Smells
don't know
like
how to
strict-
Oh my
describe-
goodness, yes, Mac, I'm sorry. I moved to a no messages on stream, but on Twitch alerts mode. Finish what you're doing, and then I'm going to read Mac's
I was gonna
message.
say, this is this weird, like, I don't know how to describe this other than empty.
Yeah, it's like there is a scent,
Yeah.
but it's also indescribable.
Like, it reminds me of a cucumber in the way that's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's like there's something.
hint of
yeah,
something.
it's something, but it's like,
It smells like
Empty.
fake watermelon.
It's
Okay, yeah.
Oh, so the comment about the Dark Sun universe
Yes.
is especially poignant given Mac's message,
Yeah.
which is that someone needs to make a Thrycrane to eat Marvint.
wait, why would he say that?
Because fuck Marvin.
Was that $35 going towards that?
That was $30.
$30 towards that?
It was.
Well,
How many dollars do we need to have that happen?
I will answer after we drink this because I
Okay.
need to get rid of the
Okay.
source of this scent
Yes.
so we can bury it in the yard.
Toast.
Mm.
Did you want to do the toast? Because I know you probably have some
I can.
choice things to
I
talk
can
about.
if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Oh my god, yes. Alright, go.
Well, any of you who follow mixed martial arts, you know that Holly Holm just had an amazing upset victory over Ronda Rousey. She has been my favorite fighter since she was semi-professional, and she's also a wonderful sportsman. So, Holly Holm, may you have a lot of defenses to your title.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
She's probably watching. She follows me pretty closely.
Of course.
So,
Why wouldn't she? She loves...
That's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I think it
Thrycrane.
tastes a lot better than it smells.
It
It's not-
smells bad.
it's not terrible. It's
I
It
can
actually
smell it from
kind
here.
of tastes
Yeah.
like watermelon.
Yeah, I got a
Like
little
something
It has
smells
that.
like something you
It
put
feels
in
like
a
if
car.
it wasn't sugar-free, it would probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
It has that nasty sugar-free flavor. But
Yeah, it
the
does.
underlying flavor is
Oh,
not bad.
jeez, that smell.
Ugh.
Well, I'm just gonna
We
leave
got
this
plenty
here.
more of it.
Ugh.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, if you want a sugar-free drink, it's not. I think it's a
Yeah, it's-
perfectly
No.
acceptable energy
Smells
sugar-free.
like something you'd put in a car.
Herbie's got a shit all over the nuts, man. Like every week he's.
This
like,
is why we don't have
Yeah.
sponsorship.
Yeah, I know. Just move you off to the other room.
They'll be like, okay, we'll sponsor your channel, but that Herbie guy's gotta go. He'll be replaced with like a dude in sunglasses and a knot shirt.
Oh, new Herbie. Hey guys, I'm Antorius.
By the way, did you hear that they're gonna have a Top Gun 2 and Val Kilmer's gonna be in that?
What?
Yeah.
Isn't he super fat now?
He's a big dude. Are they gonna have the volleyball scene?
I hope so.
Oh, man.
That's
What if
awful.
it's like a shot-for-shot remake?
Yes.
Where it's just like
Just them, but old.
exactly. Or no. It's like it's got maybe not shot for shot, but it's like it's got the exact same plot and the exact same scenes. It's just that Val Kilmer is now awkwardly in the old mentor role.
What if instead of Goose dying, it's Maverick dying?
I don't know the plot of Top Gun.
I can't believe that's terrible.
There's a part where they
Are you serious?
They eject.
What?
Have you not seen it?
I played the NES game and it was really hard.
It was really hard.
It was fucking hard.
Of course it was.
We have to end.
I don't
This,
What does that mean?
we have to end the stream early so
Shut up.
Tiger Crush
Have you
can
not
watch
really
Top Gun. It's
watched
such a good
Top Gun?
movie.
I've
I've seen it 20 years ago.
Okay. There's a scene where they eject from the plane.
Uh-huh.
Goose's head gets.
Hey,
hit
spoilers!
on-
Spoilers!
Fuck off! Really?
That Herbie guy's got to go.
I played the NES game, so I'm
So
pretty
clearly he knows all the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So one of them clunks their head and dies.
Yeah, because Iceman, Val Kilmer, fucked up, and they
Fuck
and
that
then
guy.
Maverick
Ah!
got on the jet wash, which basically shuts out.
I knew
their
that guy
engines.
needed to cool his engine.
I know.
He was
Shut up.
God,
from the
this
beginning.
guy's gotta go.
So here's what we need to do. We need to set up a stream where Top Gun the movie and the audio are not on
Yeah, so that
stream,
we can actually stream.
but that we can react to it live. So we'll just stream our reactions.
Well, and
to
everyone else can
muted.
Start, we'll give
Yeah,
a
yeah.
start time.
Or we could have headphones
Ready?
on, I guess.
Start your costume.
Yeah, we'll start it. Everyone
Like
can start
riff
Top
tracks.
Gun and watch it with
Yeah.
us.
Oh, that's so good.
Riff Tracks does that.
Why wouldn't everyone want to watch Top Gun with us? That's a great idea.
I'll
We
do
should do that for
That's
Thanksgiving.
what I'm doing on
We should
Thanksgiving.
Oh my
also
God.
do the Dungeons and Dragons movies.
We will.
Well, so you guys would think that was good.
Yeah,
Like,
that's,
yeah, actually,
That's definitely our
That's-
good idea noise.
Oh my gosh, Polo's here.
Hello. Plus, super interested in this bin of ham that I have.
What? You have a bin of ham?
I do. It's so great.
Oh my god.
That's a big bin of ham.
Completely do just have a bucket of meat.
Why would I lie?
Because you lie about everything that doesn't concern food.
I've actually never seen Brendan lie, which is all
That's-
the
that's
ridiculous shit he says. Like it just makes it even better.
Are you sure you've never seen him lie?
I can't recall.
Like maybe when you were talking about a restaurant?
That I've been to in San Francisco.
That's true.
Yeah, and it turns out he looked at their website once. Maybe.
That is not the case. Herbie, would you remind us what happened in the Dark Sun world while I let my dog outside?
Sure. Alright, the party escaped from Rom in a fraudulent chariot. Yay. We were heading towards Nibenay after a little bit of discussion. Ran into some scary animals, a giant bird that tried to take Marcus away.
Almost
forever.
fucking killed Marcus.
Well, they tried to kill him, and then it tried to take him away when that didn't work.
It was gonna raise you as its own.
That might be fun.
He wasn't surprised.
Marcus knows.
Managed to kill the bird, moved on, found an oasis that was mysteriously littered with caravans and the like that were abandoned.
Oh, that's right.
I like that we never really solved that mystery. We just killed every living thing there and left. Like,
To be fair, that's what I expected you to do.
There was like a hippo that came out, right?
Yeah,
There was, like,
yeah.
some cacti that
And then a
shot.
T-Rex appeared.
wow.
T-Rex wasn't an enemy. It was,
No, I know. I'm just saying it appeared.
Yeah, it
It did appear.
And then I think is that where we ended?
I think so. I think everyone agreed that we're going to continue on, and then we're going to pick up shortly before the actual approach to Nibenay itself. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have something I need to talk to the party about before we actually get there.
That sounds
Oh, and
grand. Is it
podcast
don't turn
battles.
into a T-Rex in the middle of the city?
No, and Tori's
Look,
the
it's sweet
one
you can do
person-
that,
Yeah,
but-
like stop doing it at every opportunity. No, there was also I don't know if it's even worth mentioning. Marvin was suddenly very interested in Cade's faith. I have no fucking clue why.
Well, Marvin was interested in a lot of different things.
Yeah, I know. I'm like
That was his form of investigating what happened to the mask, I think.
Or just trying to get to know the people that he enjoys hanging
No,
with.
that's fucking impossible.
Yeah, he's
That's
not
very
here to do that.
suspicious.
It's the first time he's ever asked Marcus
AFK drop his
anything.
loot.
He does not. I'm sorry. I was wondering what was going to come of that. I'm pleased. I wish Bill was here, but I'm pleased to see that it definitely won't be an issue this
the
week. At
AFK.
least
Yeah.
it's in his bank. You can't find it. You don't know that it's there.
Can't interact with them.
We
just
have
reach through
Well, I
it.
feel
a new
presumably
miniature for.
if
Tanger.
the party agreed, if the present party agreed to give it back to me, then no problem there, right?
I think that
feel
that's
like they would
fair
be
to say,
out.
but that because he's AFK, he's like semi-transparent.
Yeah.
And so any attempt to reach into his backpack or her backpack, excuse me, is foiled.
Yeah, I feel like that would be something better. Like, yes, if everyone present was like, let's get that fucking mask, Sammy's not stopping us. But
Like if there was like
But
you're
maybe Sammy would
in
have
front of the
died.
door and you have to place the mask
Yeah.
on the keystone in order to proceed, and there's literally nothing we could do if you didn't have the mask, then we would say, yes,
I'd be
okay,
like,
someone
Marvin,
else.
look over there, and I'd slam Sammy's face into it.
Sure,
But I don't think that's gonna happen this
right. Herbie, here is a Ram 4 for you.
Yay! Thank you. Yes, and for
Marcus has developed a sudden hatred for birds.
Aviary extinction.
It's not very
is my goal.
well. It's as sudden as a rock dive bombing out of the sky.
Well, it's just
ruining
like,
my life.
I mean, a lot of things have presumably almost killed you.
Not that bad.
That
It was
was
embarrassing. I missed. I threw my sword.
That's true.
and
It was
beat
a
the
bad,
shit
it
out
was a
of
shitty fight for you.
A tremendous.
He did my maximum health to you in one hit. Like, it's fucking crazy.
It's pretty good, but that's good. That's important character development for Marcus.
Yeah.
Perhaps the first of its kind.
Perhaps.
Or no, he was sad when
I did
Chevron
get attached to
disappeared.
that girl. Remember, I fell in love with
Yes. Oh, that's right. He fell in love once, but
Fell in
then
love with someone?
the. Yeah, it was.
well, he
the,
was charmed by his magic.
well,
Sort of. It was kind of
I
both.
initially-
It was both, really.
Yeah, yeah.
It was reinforced by
It was
his
that
magic.
lady
You
that
tried
turned
to
into
kill
a.
me.
She was like a witch or something.
Yeah, you tried to kill me.
Yeah, well, that was charm, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
before that, Marcus thought she was cute. So
Well, love can never
That was a
be
long
the
time
sands
ago.
of Athens.
Marcus can never love.
never again. Just like me.
Fox, do you happen to have an extra set of dice handy?
Yeah. Fish what
I-
you need
okay.
out of there.
Thank you.
Okay, well, with that, we will pick up maybe a little ways early from Nibenay. You're maybe a couple hours out. It is about dawn. The night has passed relatively uneventfully.
So once we're moving along and the road is relatively clear, at some point I'll get the wagons together in strides, slow down a little bit,
Sure.
and I'll just be like, before we head into the city, you should know, back at that oasis, and I'll sort of wave those letters I found. Like, it's not very clear, but someone from House Stell.
Sham.
Sham.
Yes. Stell is the one from Yurik.
Oh, okay. Sham. Okay.
Rom Sham.
I wrote one down. It's good. Okay. Someone from
Rom
House
shams are my favorite genre
Sham.
of foams.
Is it sham but pronounced differently?
It's S-H-O-M.
Oh,
Sham.
yeah. It'll be like someone from House Sham lost some notes back in those caravans, and it sounds like something's going on in the city. A lot of talk of dark mysteries moving around at night. It sounds like even their house is unsettled and afraid by it.
Interesting.
For those of you who don't know House Sham's reputation, that's saying something.
And we had established that the ring emblem was the same as with also House Sham.
It was, yes. It's a gleaming pair of beady little eyes. In case you didn't know that they were bad guys.
Yeah, I know.
That's house we're bad guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll be like, it's just as possible that Fire Heralds have already established themselves here and are doing more of their experiments. But anything could be happening.
You guys can give me an int check if you're particularly inclined.
Int check.
Just in. Well, this is where I shine.
Got a 22.
22, that is enough to remember that Zammy has actually... Excuse me, my mouth is full of ham. Actually, you know what? No, I don't have to apologize
Don't
for that.
apologize for that.
I'm going to live my life. I believe that Zammy has dropped the information that actually one of her contacts has mentioned a plot from the Far Heralds to take over Nibenay, as ridiculous as that seems.
It doesn't seem all that ridiculous given they've already proven able to infiltrate one Template.
That's fair.
Since that was their literal plan.
Did you pass that?
I mean, it might be out like Ray, but his nutty as she is, I doubt she would openly tolerate traitors if she could detect them. The fact that she couldn't detect them is pretty suggestive.
Yes, well, we'll have to be careful.
Speaking of caution, I have been worried about something. Exactly how much money do we have left as a group?
I have some amount.
Could you be a little more specific?
That wasn't very specific, Marvin.
I have about 350 gold.
Oh, well, that's enough then. I was concerned everyone might be as broke as I am at this point.
No, I have some. I have
Yeah, you give me a majority of mine back from that.
That's true.
Experimenting.
Alright, we at least have enough to cover expenses, though we may have to cover for each other for a little while until we can come back into some money.
In terms of food and lodging and such, we should be fine.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about. That and the usual gate fees, fees for getting in a Templar's way, fees for looking at a Templar wrong, fees for being...
Rebuilding a town.
Well, and I may have a way of generating some extra revenue for the party.
Does it involve burning down
That's
a
right.
structure?
You're immune to.
Yeah, he's immune
I
to
am in
it.
it. Yeah. How many days have passed since we
Inebriation.
left last night, by the way?
You guys fled Rom 4 nights ago.
So you have 16 days left. Poison immunity.
And you triggered that effect, I think, 2 days ago.
Yeah, because it wasn't right after we left the city. It
So
was
I've
in
got
the
18
second.
days left.
Yeah. Alcohol immunity.
I think that something may be able to be done to prove I'm the superior drinker.
That old game again, huh?
Try not to cause trouble.
This actually worked last time, believe it or
did.
not.
I would just like
Well, I
for
did
once
get
for us to be able
cursed.
to rest somewhere and not burn it down.
Chivron, that
Oh,
sword.
That was an extraneous event. If you can avoid taking
And
swords...
we seem
this
to
time-
have a lot of those extraneous events.
Oh, you've noticed.
occur. Yes.
Yes, often centralized about our
Marvin's
one
learning.
individual.
He's growing too
That
powerful.
part, yeah.
He's noticing. Putting 2 and 2 together to get something like 4 is a different matter. But well, the only other thing I have to say then, you've noticed I can transform into various other animals.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to give us a list?
Well,
That's for your
That's
own
a fair
protection.
request. What if they suddenly stumble across a T-Rex?
Yeah.
You might be like, oh, is that Antoria?
quite a few actually. That would take some time. What I wanted to ask was, I actually think I could use the magic on others as well. The only reason it's beneficial is that injuries taken while you're in a different form do not carry over when you revert. It's useful
That's
if,
appealing.
for example, in your previous situation, if I had been able to transform you, it would have helped with that. It's not a pleasant experience. Your mind becomes like that of the animal you transform into. With a Phalar, this isn't such a loss. Phalars are actually relatively intelligent as animals go.
Phalar
If
is
you-
the names of the multi-armed apes.
Can I want to. Oh, actually, I know these.
Yes.
On the other hand, if you transform yourself into a giant lizard, and Notoria almost seems to be criticizing himself here, you somewhat have trouble remembering anything other than food. Hungry, angry.
I did notice that.
But you didn't attack us.
It's true. I retained enough of myself for that, if barely. I hate to think what would have happened if I had been provoked in any way, though. Which he wasn't. No one hit in that fight. Still, I'd rather ask ahead of time if there's anyone who has serious objections to that being done if it seems necessary to preserve your life.
It's not permanent, is it?
No, it does not last very long at all, in truth, no more than an hour. Unless if I get hit upside the head too hard.
Well, not like well. It's not something I would want to do recreationally, but
No, absolutely not.
in terms of getting our jobs done.
Hey, you know what would make this party a lot cooler?
I'll go into a tavern, and a few seconds later, a T-Rex head just bursts out of the roof. Like,
Everybody runs out.
Well, if we all agree, then if the time ever comes, I'll know I can do so. If you do change your mind, it is possible to fight back against the spell. It's not easy.
It's a waste of your energy.
Yes, I would rather it not come to that, but if for some reason it's wrong, you can at least try and throw it off. Anyway, if there's nothing else.
To Nibenay?
Hmm?
To Nibenay? By the way, why are we headed here?
We're on our way to Tyr, and this place has a pillar.
Oh, So it's just a pit stop.
More or less. Tyr is our primary destination. We'll be able to pick up our reward there, hopefully.
Do you think we'll get one?
This time I think we might. I actually could try to contact Rikus ahead of time using the method I used to contact you all in ROM. I'm not sure how he'd react to a sudden mental communication.
I say we just wait to confront him face to face. Makes it easier to not get out of the reward.
Agreed.
Or less likely.
Even if not that, the other reason for going to Tyr is to see if we can procure the crown for our own use. Given what we know about it now and that we're much further along than we were when we originally found it, we're actually in a position to put it into some use.
I don't suppose I would be given a replacement artifact for the one that you lost?
That I lost.
Or whoever it was lost.
Well,
No,
discuss
the
that.
crown of the Dust Kraken is not a bargaining chip.
It is,
talking
it is on my side of the screen.
We're talking about the fate of Athos, not your feelings.
If it's
being hurt since you
misused,
lost
for all we know, it could wake up the Dust Kraken early. If even a mistake is made, it could wake up
Could you
the Dust
control the Dust Kraken?
If you beat the Dust Kraken now, you get the programmer's room ending.
If it's awoken, it will destroy the world, yourself included, and your precious
Or you
mask
can
as well.
control it.
We have pretty good evidence that even the Far Heralds fail to control the Dust Kraken. They seem to think that what they're going about is going to turn the world green again. We've seen that that doesn't happen. With all their
Do you
research,
think that Yarnith knew what it was?
to be honest, it's a good question. He was certainly after it, but
I thought that was just that crown was to restore the Sorcerer King tier.
I don't think so. Yarnith wouldn't have seemed the type to be interested in that. If anything, I'm a little surprised he was allowed to exist at all. He was nearly a Sorcerer King in power, and yet no one had stopped to check him. I would have figured someone with a mobile, visible base would have been taken down by one Sorcerer King or another. I mean, to underline the point, he single-handedly and instantly wiped out much of the strength of several Veiled Alliances. His power is vast, and yet he had to be taken care of by the likes of us. That's the part I haven't been able to figure
That's right.
out.
Don't you still
Kate,
owe
do you have
them
something you
some
want to share with the rest of the
favor?
class?
No.
We owe quite a few of them favors. In fact, technically, we still owe Rom a favor. No, not just me. You benefited from that as well.
I fail to see how, but
If they had not died, we would have.
Would you pass me a pen, please?
Regardless, it's probably going to come up again here in
never
Nibenay.
mind.
I'm sure their alliance
this.
contributed to that defense
Yes.
as well.
Thank you.
But, like in Rom, they'll probably also be our best source of information and possible shelter going forward. We should probably try to contact them first.
the Veiled Alliance.
Yes.
Again. Can we go to one town without meeting with those incompetent bastards?
Cade laughed despite himself. Then quickly settles down.
I
fucking
admit,
yourself.
How about we do this? Because we've never done this before. Let's see how it works out. How about I make the plan going forward?
who do you wish to contact? How do you
I
wish
have
to
my-
get information?
I have my ways.
Well, if you're not going to share the plan with us, the answer is no.
The plan is always a fluid one with me.
We've seen
Excuse
how your
me?
fluid plans go.
No, you actually have.
We have. The last time you executed one, you nearly killed me and were kidnapped by the Templarette
That
and
was
tortured by a
Marcus's
sorcerer's
plan.
It
king.
was Marcus's plan.
That was unrelated.
That was also your plan.
What if it turns out that Marcus is the evil mastermind?
He was the lich the whole time.
It's like,
Also, have I remind you, it was your plan, Antori, to go to that inn and rest up as opposed to going to the Sorcerer's Queen's castle.
Going
So
to
I'm
the
just
Sorcerer's
saying.
Queen's castle blindly was a good plan by alternatives?
Well, we've never gotten the opportunity to do things my way. I say we give peace a chance.
I'm willing to try as long as we're not going in blindly.
We are going in blindly.
I know.
The only help we have
That's-
possibly is the Veiled Alliance. Come up with something that's other than blind guessing, and we can give it a shot, I suppose.
We talked to the innkeeper, the barkeep. We find out.
Burn down his establishment.
We go.
Flee from the Templar for several nights.
That's
and
all
then
that guy
run to-
had in his life.
I'm not sure we'd
It
be
was
able to
so
get away
sad.
in this city. It's
Probably
not wrong.
not.
The seedy underbelly of the city is the root of all information. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's true.
Do you
Find
have
any-
ties to thieves' guilds?
I'm sure I can find one.
I wish Antoria knew about your attempt to buy magic items in tier. I wish that Ellie knew. He doesn't.
With the right money and smile, you can get anything in these cities.
It's not entirely wrong, but alright.
Antoria, for what it's worth, despite his absence, I would be willing to let you play up any information you might know about Zathis' contacts in the city-states of Athos.
Fair enough.
Just something to use, just something to add to your arsenal.
Like, well, let's go at least get an inn somewhere and rest after all the horrible things that happened in Rom.
I'm on the way here.
Yes.
Role-playing gentleman asks if all of the cracks about going in blind are because Marvin has one eye.
Nice. Nice.
Marvin cast fireball.
All right, well,
Goodbye.
goodbye, role-playing gentleman. Thank you for joining us.
Be like, we can figure things out once we're established in the city a little bit.
Agreed.
Okay, so you guys
But
are...
remember,
No spells. Yep.
even more so than Rom,
Even I might not be able to get away if we trigger the Templar's wrath here. They're far
actually
more
at
organized.
least reasonably competent in this city.
I did pretty well last.
You were captured and tortured by the Templar for casting magic!
But up until the part where I cast it, I did pretty well.
He's not wrong.
Let's go. Kate's gonna have a heart attack one day.
He is. That's today.
That's today.
Well,
Goodbye.
and Kate, you do have to follow me wherever I go.
Do I?
I believe
What
so.
makes you say that?
Faith.
Well, if a certain Power Knight were to get fatally wounded.
You don't know about that.
Huh? You told me about that.
No.
Yeah, I didn't
Yes,
remember
you
that
did.
either.
I think he's been pretty careful about not telling Marvin.
He
Not telling
hasn't.
anyone.
I don't think I remember that in particular.
He said that he wants to. He said that he's told everyone that he had a vision from Amanu and that he wants to go to Draj because of it. And he
But-
said that it will help them with their fight against the Farhells, but he
I
hasn't.
specifically asked what a Pyro Knight was, and you're like, "We've been over this. It's you."
Oh no,
A
but
Pyrene, yes.
Pyrene,
Absolutely.
But no, but you don't know that I've been tasked with protecting you.
I thought you said something about.
No,
Okay.
absolutely. Like that is like.
And Tori would have
that
put
is-
this shit if he had revealed it.
I've been listening for that as
Yeah,
well.
that
I
is
can
super
confirm this.
confidential information as far as everyone is concerned. Because he doesn't want Marvin to know that he's
Okay.
lugging Marvin to Draj.
Well, then that sucks.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright.
Well, you
Rewind.
can keep fishing for it.
Yeah.
So, heard any prophecies lately?
Oh, I almost fell down those stairs. Anyone feel any divine intervention coming up? No, so far nobody knows about that aspect of the vision.
Right. Good.
But yeah, so anyway, let's go.
Okay, so you guys gather the chariots up and tap the Crodlu on their lithe necks. And,
hides.
yes, and continue on down the road, which by this point is actually getting pretty crowded. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of people, it seems, trucking in from all corners, not just here on the main road, but there's a lot of adjoining roads, and it's odd. There's this city, but then there's this gate, but you can tell that everyone that's on the road is very deliberately moving down the road in a way that's actually sort of going around the city. There's a path that seems to wrap around. And as you get closer, you can see that there's actually some Templars in the road that would otherwise lead up to the main gate, and they seem to be waving people on to go through this other entrance to the city.
No reason to argue with that.
Sure. Everyone can give me a perception check if you're particularly interested. Or if you're not, maybe you just overhear
Sight-based?
stuff. It is not sight-based. This is hearing-based. Did you steal Zathis' goggles?
No, but the bird has the same ability.
Oh, okay.
The bird failed horribly, and Tori got a 14.
14?
22.
22? Herbie, by So can you just hear things that the familiar hears, or
When
does the
it's
familiar?
when it's within 100 feet, yeah.
Okay. And is it just like a walkie-talkie, or does it hear things and then communicate those things to you?
Telepathic communication.
So it's not literally.
It's not sharing senses.
It's
that's
not a
separate
microphone. Okay, got
No.
it. Okay, then. And what level of intelligence does your bird have? Just so I know how to process this.
It doesn't say.
Okay. Well, we're gonna assume that it's a pretty intelligent extraplanar type spirit thing, given all the other stuff that it can do.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're approaching, perhaps, maybe at a particular time in Nibenay's calendar or something like that, and the diversion is not like an irregularity or something like that. Or rather, it is, but it's a regularly scheduled kind of irregularity. Cade, your eagle-eared senses can pick up that, as a matter of fact, there is a particular festival that is beginning today. And as part of the festival, all entrance fees into the city are waived, so that as many people as possible can come into the city. And as a matter of fact, people are required to enter the grandest gate of all, the Reservoir Gate, which is the central southern entrance, which is less convenient to enter the city from, but is apparently much more impressive.
Did I pick up anything about this festival or anything?
It's called the Starlight Festival. It sounds like it's going to be a raucous good time. It sounds like there's a lot of celebration, and it's a little bit like Mardi Gras, really. There's a lot of colorful dress and a lot of dancing and a lot of singing. Nibenay is a very oral kind of tradition. It's also a very oral, just generally kind of city, but it's the kind of city that celebrates its history, but of course no one is allowed to read or write. So all of the stories are through interpretive dance, through songs that are passed on from master to apprentice, that kind of thing. And the Starlight Festival is one of the grandest holidays in the city. It's sort of this time where all of the epics about the establishment of the city, about the arrival of Nibenay, the grand sorcerer king who gave the city his own name and then constructed his massive city within the city, the Nagaramikam, which is this massive sealed fortress in the center, and built all of the massive spires that the city is known for. Yes?
History check to identify the holiday. I mean, Troya didn't know which one it was, but he knew the day still.
Sure.
I'm about to tell everyone.
17.
17. You can surmise that it's probably the Starlight Festival, but you're not sure.
Okay.
You've never been to Nibenay, after all.
I'll clear it up. Like once we click that corner around the city,
Sure.
I'll be like, it sounds like we're coming into a pretty big festival. Like
Starlight
Festival.
Oh,
I
Starlight.
think.
That's it.
Where will there be drinking?
I believe there will be extensive.
There would be drinking on a normal day of the week.
Yes, I think there's going to be.
Marcus, will there be drinking?
Oh yes, of course.
I can't drink.
That's fine.
I'm a sword.
You can drink the blood of our enemies.
This is off to a promising start.
Good.
Well, sure enough, the hype about this grander entrance is at least a little bit true. There is this massive set of colossal statues, every single one of them a copy of the other. There must be 12, 14 of them, maybe 20, lining the sides of this main road, all of some massive, grand, bearded figure gazing out into the horizon. The omnipotent protectors, the statues representing Nibenay himself, the Sorcerer King, gazing out at all the world, and gleaning all of its secrets.
They're all the same statues?
They are all.
Okay.
They're all exactly the same. Every single one of them. Every crease of the brow, every little jowl fold, every single one of them exactly identical. All of them made from the same dark, dark stone. Perhaps granite, perhaps something else. And as a matter of fact, the very plain around you, as you start to pass between these statues, is peculiar. There's some sort of smoke, maybe steam coming up. As a matter of fact, you can tell that there's a dampness. It's not a bog, perhaps, but a field of hot springs. This entire... It's almost like you're walking across a lake. There's not, deep water necessarily, but if you were to walk around on your feet... as a matter of fact, you can tell, yes, the Crodlu's feet are splashing underneath you. This is the plain of burning water, the place where all of Nibenay draws its water from. This massive... Oh my goodness. my monologuing. Wyvern Slayer donated $5. Hi, Wyvern Slayer.
Wyvern Slayer, what's up, dude?
It's Tuesday.
Don't forget, Margaret can't get drunk in before city burns to the ground. You're absolutely correct. But maybe the city will, simply by virtue of the fact that there's hot springs and there's steam bursting up, but you can also see people very carefully. Looks like they've got some kind of a process. They've got urns and buckets, and they're dragging massive amounts of water to the city in preparation for the festival. And there's a way station where each of the individual carts and laborers and caravans that are arriving is being checked, and there's Templars giving it a once-over. You're maybe 4 or 5 carts behind the line. Are you guys doing anything in particular as you come up to the check station?
I put a mustache on.
Okay.
I throw Marvin into the hospital.
Do you really?
No.
That's gonna mess with my adhesive on the mustache.
I'll make sure the shield is in the off mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like a good
Anything
plan.
like that. Well, flicking off Grace of Hamanu and
That
all
sounds
that.
good.
But, yeah. Standard procedure as far as not having all of our magical shit on display. But
Sure.
I will turn to the party and say, "Let me do the talking."
As you wish.
Fine.
A Templar, a young woman, a little plump, dark skin, dark hair, as the Nibenys have, looks at your group as you trot up and says, "Festival business?"
Yes, good evening, beautiful. I am Jermaine, and these are my companions. We're
Sun
here
just
for the
rose an hour and a half ago.
Starlight Festival. I hear it's a great time this time of the year. Just entrance to the city, my dear lass.
I am a Templar wife of great Hamanu.
And a very beautiful one at that.
What?
Oh,
I said Hamanu, didn't I? Holy shit. No, I'm just so used to singing Hamanu's praises. I'm sorry. Of great Nibenay. Holy shit. What a fucking faux.
Yeah.
It was me all along, Austin! God damn. Wow, what a blunder. You know what? She just waves you on.
Like humiliated.
Oh my god. Oh man, we're gonna have to patch that.
I'm gonna turn into the party and just kind of sly wink to them all.
Like, did you change your Jermaine voice? Is that his Nibenay accent?
Why, yes,
Having successfully cleared the roleplay encounter in front of the city, you advance to Nibenay, city of Spires.
Hey, no bacon town.
My watermelon, zero watermelon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Eggplant Town?
Great town.
Chiclets Town?
Pez.
I assume we came in here.
Yes, that is correct.
Strawberry, grape.
Past the massive spires that line the walls. And in fact, the shrieks don't stop as you pass it through the open stone walls. As it turns out, there's this massive rainforest inside. There's this artificial forest that Nibenay has constructed, guarded by Templars all along the roads, but that anyone is free to just pass through and gaze at.
When you say artificial, do you mean that it's not living?
It is living,
It just wasn't originally there.
So there's no evidence that there was a forest that was like just cut down to pieces. This looks
man-made forest.
It looks like it was man-made. It looks very, very deliberately plotted out. Like, this tree goes here. It's the sort of thing where the spacement of the vegetation is a little bit too even. Someone, an architect actually went through and said, this should go here, this should go here. Maybe a little bit of a pool here, maybe a hill over here, that kind of thing. But it's still tremendously green and very, very overgrown. And it's not overgrown such that it's messy necessarily. It's very well kept, but it's very, very lush. And surely, I mean, you guys, most of you anyway, have been to the Forest Ridge. A couple of you have been to the Crescent Forest, but many of the others passing through slow their carts just involuntarily to a halt and stare in amazement at this wonder of greenery. At which point the Templars, hurry them along, push them on to the rest of the city.
I turn to Antaria and I say, "Boy, what a mess Blight would make with that."
That's where he just narrows his eyes at you.
Oops.
Doesn't say anything.
Well, if we can get through this bluster, maybe we can actually see the city.
Well, unfortunately, it's even more crowded past there, because past the forest itself, the Templars are a lot less concerned about who goes where, and so there's this big crowd. It's basically, any kind of crowd that you'd see at a rock concert or something like that. The rock concerts that they have in Darkside. Bodies are pressed, basically, just wall to wall. It's, something of an effort to even get people to get out of the way of your prodlers. But that said, there's a spirit of merriment. Not the same kind of, yes, we're free kind of rebellion type spirit that there is in Tyre, but, this is sort of like what you'd experience at like a medieval castle. Yes, we're still serfs, but gosh, we get to drink tonight. Isn't that great? I mean, we drink every night, but we're going to do it especially today. Gosh, it's good to be alive. Probably.
Today.
Yes, today. This keeps getting... Does this droop? Is that what's going?
Too heavy. I think.
Oh no! There's Herbie. Hi, Herbie.
Hi.
Hello.
Rawr.
All right, let's just try that, and maybe.
Prop it up on the amp energy drink.
We'll give it one more try, and then we'll try. Oh, we can just see Marcus just stampeding into the town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
I guess we'll do our
I'm
best to
huge.
navigate that crowd to get into the actual city.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, up ahead, even down this large main road, you can see the imposing form of the Nagaramikam, which is the forbidden city in the very center of Nibenay itself, where it's said that the Shadow King makes his lair. This is where the Templar wives of Nibenay also live, but even deeper still within that is Nibenay's own fortress, his inner sanctum, where none go but him.
Well, unless anyone has any objection, I think we'll try to find a place to stable these Crodlu and get our wagon taken care of so we can fucking find a place in the city to sleep.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a investigation check.
Sure.
You can use perception instead if you really feel like
I
it.
would love that. 7,000.
7,000.
33.
33 is pretty good.
Never mind.
Okay. Let's do something about this
I wonder
first.
if you put the bend lower in it and have this be
Or is
straight.
it higher?
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Or you can just put it in the
There's Herbie again.
Hi.
Hello, her.
Look, it's Lois Jr.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, it's Lois Jr.
He's on the stream. Holy crap.
Alright, what were we saying to do?
I was just thinking if you made this, if you made the bend there instead of here, I think
Okay.
that it's that's drooping, but I don't actually know anything about anything.
Something more like that.
That's
That's just gonna look at Lobos now.
that's what I wanted.
Even that one's drooping.
It is drooping.
The gravitational
What if you had
pull
the,
of
the
Fat
bend
Wizard
going
is super-
upward though at that point?
You try bending it
Okay.
instead of me.
So like
Instead of
this,
us trying to describe it poorly.
Yeah.
like this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Look, it's Fat Wizard.
Hi, Fat
And
Wizard.
Fat
Like
Wizard
that.
from the
It's
future.
the other Fat Wizard.
I told people that you're sort of like what I would come out with if I was in prison for 5 years. Like just shit on everybody.
I don't know. I don't think you have nearly enough tattoos.
Lots of tattoos of various foods. A NOS logo across my chest.
A chicken wing crying with a single tear.
Okay.
That looks more sturdy, but
It does.
Well, we'll find out.
for now.
if only we had a second energy drink.
Yeah.
I have a bunch in my trunk.
The ghost of Nas Minette's future.
Anyway.
Anyway, yes, you managed to find actually, you stop at a couple of different places, but many of them are full up because people are here in the city for the festival. But then you managed to find one that's sort of off the main road in the Freeman's district, which is this sort of peach and purple district. Other side, actually, that is the poorer district. But this side over here, which actually passes by a grand arena, that's mine.
Yours?
I-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did a bad roll.
We'll be
Thank you.
spending some time in that arena.
Maybe. We'll see.
Lord, I hope.
I mean, you could just go there. So, you do manage to find an off-road tavern that does manage to have room, both in its common rooms and at its stables, called the King's Bastard.
will stay there.
Okay. They charge a silver a night.
Easy.
Do you need to be covered, Antoria?
Oh, is that for everyone or a person?
That's per person.
Oh. Yes.
I'll cover you.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. Thank the Lion of Uric.
Donate today.
But yeah, so once we're all settled in, I guess we'll head into the tavern.
Excellent.
How are the street, like, are people pre-gaming for this festival?
Absolutely, like crazy. So there's not only people that are just, you know, having a great time, but there are just random troops of dancers. There's very clearly like the state-endorsed dancers sort of down the main strip, but there's lots of other people that are like aspirants or that didn't make the audition, that whatever, I'm just going to put on some ribbons and dance anyway. And most of them, you know, they're doing a pretty good job. Everyone's sort of in the spirit of it, so there's not any like, that's illegal, you're not allowed to dance or anything like that. It actually seems pretty lenient. There's quite a number of hawkers trying to get people to buy their crodlu legs and what have you. A lot of kebabs around here. Lots of people...
Marcus wants a kebab.
You get a kebab. It costs you a half a silver.
Easy.
So, Kate is...
Or for free if you throw me a Nestle's Crunch.
Oh, yeah!
Kate is clearly bound and determined to not enjoy this festival.
That's unfortunate. They have really good food in
He's
Nibenay.
like glowering at every display of merriment.
I will buy a 2 crodlu legs.
Okay.
Is that going to cost 2 Nestle Crunches?
It will.
And I will, there you are. And I will bring one on over to Cade. And, say, well, Cade, I figured you could use some sustenance after that long voyage. Come on.
What's
And
gotten into you?
cheers!
I'll take it.
Cheers! And like tap with the intention of tapping.
Honest, you can absolutely tap it, but he's not giving back. What's gotten into you?
So I just figured I should look out for those looking out for me.
That's incredibly suspicious.
Well, you guys have been good to me so far, so time to repay, huh? Let bygones be bygones.
Marcus
Every
is
word that you say
surprised.
makes me more suspicious of you.
Does it, though, actually?
Yes! It absolutely does. Take a bite of my stupid Crodlu leg.
Do you, like, glower while
Yes!
you do it?
I hate Crodlu.
Marcus is uncomfortable with this conversation.
Perhaps we should get about our business.
Yes.
How about our business, Jermaine?
Yes!
No, wait a minute. I thought you were going to look.
Yes!
I thought you were going to ask around.
That's part of the game, my friend. Oh, part of the plan.
The plan is a fluid process.
Yeah. It changes.
Carry on.
What exactly are you doing?
So we're running our
Our drinking game.
our usual gig where we make a very loud showing of me beating this hulking man in a drinking game, and then challenging nearby patrons to take me on.
Okay.
So I guess
This is at the tavern that you're staying at?
yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Is it
and I
busy
guess-
enough? Is there
Absolutely.
plenty of activity?
I guess I'll have what do we say, 50 gold each out on the table.
Sure.
And then, make a great showing of, like, taking your money.
Yeah.
And who's next?
Absolutely.
I guess you're doing
It's,
I guess you don't even need to bluff to pass out because you literally are drinking to...
exactly.
Is Marcus actually going to get, like, blackout
I am.
drunk?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. That's the worst thing.
So,
Now, worth pointing out, the main beverage here is rice wine. Yeah.
Are you...
Marcus is a picky.
I don't know about
He's a
wine.
connoisseur.
Okay. That is...
You don't have to, this isn't for enjoying. This is
well,
to make money.
I mean, I don't want to hate it.
contest of endurance. Endure the taste as well as the effects.
Why are you supporting this?
Very well. Very well.
It's one of the few plans that actually works.
Is this going to be stronger than your typical drink
Last time we
selection?
did
There's only
this,
one
there
way to
was
find
no
out.
burning down of it. Actually, that was the only inn we ever didn't burn down.
Yeah, Victoria's 100% behind us, man. It's like, holy crap. It's the only thing we do that has a good track record.
Alright, in that case, Marcus is going to kind of push his way to the open spot on the bar and bring Marvin with him and say, alright,
Jermaine. Yes.
well, I know his...
Please.
Don't slip off.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know your name in this scenario, so... I'll just say, 2 drinks for me and this blue man here, and we'll be needing quite a few more, so you might want to stick around.
Well, for once, there's enough traffic in the city that no one bats too much of an eye at this blue mustachioed, high-pitched fellow. And you're poured out a couple of drinks.
Alright.
Cade will try to grab a table nearby, but he doesn't want to be physically associated with this.
Okay. You're back in tire.
Yeah.
Assuming the table's big enough, Entoria will go to the same table.
Okay.
Marcus
You're able to.
Marcus is trying to be as boisterous as possible with this display and just say,
Give me a bluff check.
a bluff?
Yeah.
Is that charisma based?
It is.
I love that stuff. How loud could this outside
7.
be? Well, he's
7.
terrible at it. Excuse me. Sir.
He's loud, just incoherent.
Yeah.
Well, you managed to, make a bit of a show, but it sounds a little forced, perhaps.
Maybe you could do a better job trying to get some attention.
Yeah, I mean, do I guess I will do intimidation also as I'm taunting him and the other patrons in
Sure.
the area.
Give me a try.
13.
13.
7.
Marcus is intimidated.
Oh no!
This game got too real.
So you don't really necessarily get anyone that's intimidated, but you have managed to, grab the attention of a couple of bros that are just there. This is sort of their dive, and they're just sort of like, yeah, I'll do some drinking. How about you, stranger? Where you from?
Oh wait. Is the scene that we're finished with our game, or they're just
Oh.
jumping
No,
in
I only
and
ordered
wanna-
this one drink, really. So I was trying to just, make our first drink, how, I can down this way faster than you.
Oh, okay. And then other guys are joining in the competition?
I mean, if you weren't deliberately challenging anyone necessarily, maybe not, but you do have the attention of at least some other revelers who have done some good pre-gaming already, it seems.
Yeah.
By now it's
I'll-
10 in the morning or
I'll
something like
tell
that.
them I am from Tyr.
Out for the festival, I assume.
Oh, you too, right?
No, we're good Nibenese here. Make our trade.
What trade might that be?
We're cobblers.
Cobblers?
Yes.
Well, I'll drink to that. And I slam my drink.
Marcus
Love shoes.
I love a good cobbler.
Sherry and Pete.
Fuck.
Ugh. Ah!
Yeah.
To the king! Ah!
Cade will try to disguise this.
Marcus is gonna ask.
Just like steam lines coming up off his head.
Scraping the paint off your shield.
He's probably just sitting here like this, and when they do that, he's like...
Just carving lions wherever he can find in the table.
Marcus is gonna address the barkeep and say, "Don't you have any sizes of drinks larger than this?" Hold this cup in his puny little hand. I mean, it's large hand.
Oh, we could sell you the jug itself if you're willing to pay for the whole thing.
No, let's see it.
This grand ivory.
I'm buying the jug too.
I've no use for an empty jug.
All right, what'll it be?
5 gold altogether.
Slam. Sound effects.
Bottoms up. Happy festival to you.
All right. Where's yours, blue man?
Yeah, pussy.
I'll pay 5 gold for mine.
Oh man.
How heavy is this?
Like one of those water cooler things.
It kind of is, yeah.
Just wine instead of water.
Yeah, maybe. So it's mostly full.
Okay.
So maybe like 20 pounds or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Marcus will start drinking from this.
I'm gonna pour mine in my cup.
Give me a strength check.
Well, I'm gonna ask Marcus to do it.
You could like dip, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Marcus to pour.
Already getting drunk, are we? I'll assist him in pouring.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit of a lightweight. This is
Oh,
always
okay.
with this festival. I drink too much and.
All right.
Marcus.
To too much.
Too much.
Is Marcus safe when he's drunk? He's really going for it.
He usually passes out.
Well, I hope it's not necessary.
He shouldn't be.
I'd like to continue drinking this.
Okay.
I'm gonna sort of slyly say, "Man, you're a big man, but I bet you're getting pretty drunk by now."
I'm gonna roll a con.
Sure.
He's fucking
Got a
slammed.
natural one.
Well, first of all, I believe that calls for some NAS.
I'll take
Zero
some.
vitamin.
Zero vitamin.
Yeah, or whatever it's called. I
Zero
don't know.
watermelon.
Zero.
All right. Well, I guess Marcus
Vitamelon.
hasn't eaten today because he's getting
Actually, you had
That include kebab.
you added a kebab to your inventory that you have
But
not
that's-
eaten.
That's just a little
That's true.
snack for
That's very small.
You are not accustomed to the rice wine of
There you
Nibenay,
go.
and it
There
hits you like a truck, like those trucks that they have in Dark Sun.
Yeah.
It's hot, it's potent, and you like it.
All right.
Jermaine may have the best of you today.
I will take a big show and slide
Fieldy,
money
thank you.
off into my pouch, the 50 gold he had sitting out there.
Ah!
I will scream, "Who's next?"
Me! I'll be next!
The cobbler says that.
Absolutely, I will.
Fantastic. What shall we play it for? 50
Ah.
gold?
Well, it's all I've got really for the whole festival. What do you say, 20 gold?
High stakes only, I'm sorry, friend. Unless you have anything else to trade. I mean, unless you have anything else to trade.
I was gonna say, well, you'll get me for if we have any. Yeah, I'll take it. It's not 50 gold. All right.
50. I throw my 50 on there.
All right.
And we...
Best of luck.
Yes. Glug, glug, glug.
Marcus can't help you anymore, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm like,
So a cobbler, you
Really?
say?
Yes, yes. Finest in
We've
the
all
land.
sorts of folk down at the cobbling station.
Well, you know, just mostly soldiers and gladiators and the like.
Ryan aside indicates and see, this is part of why
Soldiers
it works.
and
They think he's
gladiators.
drunk.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Suppose so.
They don't realize this is
Do
normal.
you have any regulars?
Do you think I should retrieve
You know,
Marcus?
ones
He
that are
looks
always wearing
ill.
holes in their shoes.
Surprised
Well,
he's taken under this quickly.
the gladiators that
awful.
last long enough, certainly.
Well, the only issue
Well, I
with
guess I
that
meant
is
the
once you
soldiers
associate with him,
walking
you can't
around
associate
town.
with him.
That's true.
Well,
Let's leave it be for now. Most people won't tempt a drunken half-giant.
believe it or
Not a
not,
way to end the day with all of your teeth intact.
most of the folk that do the real enforcement, if it's not the Templar wives, bless them all, is Nibenay's half-giant elite, like your big guy here, only meaner. Gosh, well, quite a bit meaner, I suppose. Cheers.
Hey!
Yes.
Marcus is gonna
Moan.
lip, but catch himself before he collapses in his
Okay.
chair.
Good.
He kind of just and then starts nodding off again.
Excellent. Yes, 500 strong, dark, mean bastards. Don't do a whole lot of talking. Do a lot of killing. What needs doing. Well, they serve the king. You know, I try not to have too much to do with them, but if they serve the king, then the king's men, they're good enough for me. I guess I have a
Indeed,
glass
keeping
right
the city safe.
here. Need it these days. Just weird, dark things at night. I'm worried, actually. You know, the festival's grand and all, but there's been disappearances. My brother's wife, actually, she was out and hasn't been seen, but it was dark times. You know, today's a day for merriment. Cheers,
Indeed,
cheers.
Indeed.
Seems it's almost common knowledge what was in those letters.
So, dark things at night. dark things at night.
You all right there?
Yes, I am.
You had a bit too much to drink, haven't
Good.
you?
Oh, I'm afraid you might win this one, but I'm going to try my hardest. The guards are out in fuller force at these dark times, as you said.
Oh, sure. The Templars and the King's forces protect the festival, certainly.
So if moving around is much easier than during the day, then it seems.
Well, if you know it's good for you, you're not out at night. There's
Yes.
not many of the Templars, I think, will brave the streets. But the festival should be safe. Festival should have
Lots of
security
dark,
to the Templars.
Yes, indeed.
I think the quality of the information is about to degrade.
That's all right. I think we know what we need to.
You're okay over there. You can forfeit at any time.
Oh.
If what Xanatrix's contacts us is true, and someone
Yes!
make us standing on the team.
Well, it's been a pleasure, my dear friend. But I believe I'll walk over to his friend who says he's got the other 25, and I say, "My dear friend, I do apologize in handily beating your companion, but he did promise that you would pay in his stead."
You put 50 gold on the table.
They were saying that the other guy would cover him if he needed it at the festival.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because that's all of his
okay.
money. That's all the money he had in
Okay.
his wallet.
All right, then I don't say that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's the second rewind we had to do today.
That's fine.
All right, well, I will take my leave from the table.
Bar.
And actually walk out the bar.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Marcus is asleep
Yep.
on the bar.
All right. Cade, Antoria, anything
Well, they had a few little exchanges.
cute going on here?
But yeah, I'll be like, we probably shouldn't let Marvin run around alone. I'm gonna go after him.
Alright, I'll stay here and keep an eye on
Watch for
Marcus.
Marcus, and I'll go after Marvin.
Okay. All right. Well, you disappear outside. Marvin, are you going anywhere in particular?
I'm just standing outside the inn.
Are you literally just facing the entrance?
Just stop right at
I'm like looking out.
Okay. Then there's quite the crowd. As I said, there's lots of hawkers and vendors. There's lots of dancers and revelers. Plenty of folks already drunk. By this time, it's like 11:30. So the shit's popping off. Crack-a-lackin', as it were. Not a Nibenay's phrase, but one that is appropriate to the situation.
Anything the medicine skill might be able to do to help poor Marcus out?
I rolled some con to. What's the word I'm looking for?
Are you drunk?
I am!
Poisoned by that nonsense.
Seriously. Yeah, just to him to wake up. I rolled pretty good, so I'm going to say that he's kind of groggy, but he's at least conscious now and
Sure.
Alright.
kind of confused about his headache.
Well, you can give me a medicine check.
Okay. Got a 6.
He has a hangover.
What the
Cut his head off to cure it.
But you're going to drink better than that. You
I-
might want to come to the
I
table.
must put something in that wine.
Like wine.
I believe it's rice.
It was that Nibenay's double wine.
Come on, have a seat at the table. You won't fall off so easily.
Yeah.
You barely caught yourself last
I'll
time.
try and grab my jug.
Oh, I think you had enough of that.
Well, but I paid for this.
I know you're paying for it now, actually.
Ah.
Marcus will just kind of stumble and follow Antoria.
Okay.
I help him get seated at the table.
Sure. You guys are outside. If there's...
I would just step out and like step up beside Marvin, but not
You
say
actually
anything.
don't see Marvin around.
Okay, I'll step up beside Jermaine.
But you do see a man who looks like Marvin without a mustache on.
Well, somehow I think I'll see through your disguise or lack thereof.
Okay.
But I'll just step up beside you and not say anything.
Oh, hey, Cade.
Hello.
Nice day out today. Well, night, I should say.
It's day.
It's literally 11:30.
in the morning.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah,
11:30 at night.
No,
Nice day, huh?
I suppose.
How's, Damn it, that's so much true.
If you like festivals, which I don't, but
Why don't you like festivals?
well, it's not something I'd like to go into right now.
Oh, it's with your sister, isn't it?
Not exactly.
Okay. Yeah, we're friends now, you can tell me.
It's not that.
It's okay. I'll actually put my arm on Kane's neck and it's okay.
Brittle. No, it's something.
Literal porcupine spines to shoot out.
Something I can't
Thank you,
talk about
Amadu.
right now.
Well, do you drink?
I have.
You want to go get a drink? It's okay. People will think we're just having a drinking competition.
Fine.
You guys-
there we go.
Give me a perception check, the both of you.
Fuck.
9.
16.
16. Marvin, you don't spot anything in particular. Cade, you spot something looks... You spot something out of the corner of your eye, and it makes you, like, double take, but you're not quite sure what it was.
Huh. I'll actually...
A rock dives out of the sky!
I'll actually kind of go on guard, considering everything we've heard.
That's
so
wise.
far. Like, I'll drop the whole frustration with Marvin thing to actually, like straighten up and have a look around.
You can give me another check if you're...
Yeah, I'll sort of, like, I'll step back and, like, sort of subtly put an arm in front of Marvin so he doesn't just walk off and try to scope out the area.
Sure.
That's a lot better. 32.
32. You spot a cloaked form moving further down the street away from you. They're wearing just sort of a simple dusty cloak, looks like the color of sand. There's clearly sort of a well-armored, muscly form underneath it. As a matter of fact, it looks quite a bit like one of the minions that serves Valaria.
So it's like, Kato, his eyes will go wide.
Wait, was that like the Kill Bill thing?
It was! That was perfect. Good job.
And then he's gonna, like, he'll sort of push off Marvin and, like, just, like, as far as you can tell, take off after literally nothing down the street.
Like, you're a heavy Templar in plate mail running away at top speed.
Like, pushing past, like, dancers and shit, just completely with no care in the world for them.
Absolutely.
Marvin will follow.
I wish that Antoria was here instead. God damn it. We split the party poorly. Oh well, it'll be a bonding experience.
Okay, so you crash through the crowd and shove your way through, drunken revelers, and people are trying to do their failed the audition dances. Hey, get out! And you come to sort of a crossroads, and you're looking back and forth and trying to figure out which way is it. Where did he go? Give me another check.
This is just perception.
It is.
27.
27's pretty good. You spot him a couple of blocks away. Unfortunately, he's down an even thicker stretch of road this time, so you shove your way through,
so,
and you're...
Yeah, he's just gonna take off. Like, he'll be like... he'd be, like, literally this insane right now. Like, and then he'll just, like, take off in that direction.
Are you, doing anything out of the ordinary in order to get to where you need to go?
No, he'd be...
Like, are you shoving your spear through dudes in your way or anything like that?
He would have no qualms about just, like, grabbing a dude by the shoulder and pulling him to step past him and that sort of thing. But he has no parkour skills.
Okay.
I didn't put any points in parkour. And he's not gonna start stabbing dudes. That's not gonna get him there any faster. So, in his current mindset, he would just be trying to muscle through. Like, there'd be no tactical sense to it whatsoever. I'm perfectly fine with him just getting blocked out.
That's fine. Give me a strength check, actually.
Okay. Just strength.
Yes.
20.
20 is still pretty good. You managed to shove your way through quite a bit of the crowd, and you're leaving some unhappy people in your wake, but they get back to what they're doing pretty quickly. I'm sorry?
Seeing as he's like doing a bunch of trailblazing,
he's just following my way.
Are you following at the same level of urgency? Because I feel like he's like sprinting.
He's pretty.
I'm not sure.
Are you more like, I guess there's some adventure this way?
Yeah.
Or are you booking it?
I'm doing my best to keep up with him.
Okay. Give me a strength check on your own. You'll have a easier DC.
Through the angry people.
15.
15 is not bad because someone has
Yeah.
cleared a path for you. You're able to follow in his wake pretty easily.
That's how me and Lauren get through airports. She stands in my back.
Usually, if I need to get through a crowd, I do the opposite, where I find someone cute and put them in front of me, and then I use them as a shield. Like, oh, look, yep. I guess I'll move this way too, seeing as they've
I
cleared a
started
path.
doing cartwheels. That works really well.
You put points in purple,
Wow.
or
Yep.
I
That's
didn't.
smart. All right, so you managed to shove your way. Now you're almost all the way to the main road again, which unfortunately means it's even more crowded.
Yeah.
And there's, the state-sanctioned type parade stuff. There's new arrivals coming in. And there's also a lot more security
I
in
just
this
bust
area.
through the crowd. There's like a literal parade between me and this guy.
There is, yeah, absolutely. There's actually, it's really impressive. It looks like they've pulled out like a lot of the stuff that is basically
Thanksgiving Day parade.
artifacts that are in the Nagaramicom that are only hauled out for the Starlight Festival. There's a massive metal gong, which, is priceless. It's this enormous disc made of copper. That
Kane
only
stops
Nibenay-
to appreciate that.
Does he?
No! He's gonna stop and if there is like a parade cart right in front of him, he'll just be like, ah! And then he's gonna try to work his way around.
Give me a perception check.
You can jump through a banner.
Yeah, I know.
Leave one of these in there.
Yeah. Right during some
the gong.
monumental thing, there's a picture 29.
29. Impossibly, your target seems to have made it to the summit of a building, although you're pretty sure he doesn't have points in parkour either, at least from what you remember. Because now he's actually turned to face you, and you can see the squared jaw of Osric, who is Valaria's chief minion, sort of her main flunky. He smirks at you and disappears past the lip of the roof.
Oh,
He's like 4 stories up, but he was just on the ground a minute ago, so it's not at all clear how he Assassin's Creeded up there.
Yeah.
If he did, that's like he re-rolled his class or something like that. Well, Marvin knows.
Yeah, there you go. So I'll be looking up, and then I assume Marvin probably takes a little bit to get through this parade.
Marvin, there's a parade. It must be for you.
Good thing I've got Cone of Cold.
Oh, Lord.
I don't cast Cone.
Okay. Well,
That actually was important to clarify.
it is. What are you guys doing?
So I guess I'll approach Kane.
So yeah, he'd be looking up.
Sure.
There'd be definitely a moment where he's like, maybe I'm gonna climb this fucking building, and there's just no way that that's gonna happen. And he'll hit it and be like, fire!
Excellent.
Fire!
Are
You start to get some stares from
Yeah.
people in the immediate vicinity.
Get a hold of yourself.
People start giving you a little space.
Good.
I actually shake him.
And I'll
Get a hold of yourself.
I'll push him off, and I'm gonna try to duck into an alley, any sort of little recess in the street that is not
Okay.
occupied by
Yep.
people. Can I find a little?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna pop into just duck around the corner, and Marvin's
Okay.
free to follow. And I'm gonna pull out my fucking Templar's medallion, and I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And slam the medallion into the ground.
Okay.
So Hunter's Mark you have to have sight, and I don't have this memorized. So this is it's not gonna happen at all.
Fair enough.
But he's gonna try.
That's fair. Herbie, would you mind refreshing us on the details of Hunter's Mark?
Well, he didn't have it memorized, so I
It's
stopped
not-
looking it up.
not gonna-
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, so I don't have it. I don't have it prepared, and you have to have line of sight. To do it.
Oh, so you're just desperately...
Literally impossible for this
All right,
to work.
well, your
Only
spellcasting
for
fails.
Yeah, and I'll just sit there in 3-point stance with my medallion crammed into the dirt. I'll look around, look at Marvin.
Marvin's standing over you, and he says,
I'm gonna
"Is
put
this
it
another
on
one of those
and
mind
tuck
control
it.
situations?"
Tuck it into my shirt and straighten my cloak. Be like, let's go back.
Was that you or someone else?
What?
That whole running thing.
Can we just go back to the tavern?
Was that?
You said we should get a drink, and I agree.
Do
And
either of
then
you...
you freaked out on me.
Yes.
Do either of you have inspiration?
I
I
don't.
Please, take a point. You did good.
So do you want to tell me what that was all about?
It was about my sister.
Oh, the one you don't want to talk about.
This is entirely different.
Well, I think it's a good opportunity for you to talk about her.
I need to find Antoria.
You got me.
Don't be jealous, Marvin. You're special to me in your own way. No, I'll be like, I think she's here. Or, what was his name?
Osric, Osric. Osric. A Mull trained in the gladiator pits of Uric.
So this wouldn't be her. Would this be the one that nearly killed me?
You don't know. You got stabbed in the fucking back.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'll sort of start like palming my way out of the alley, and I'll be like, I saw somebody from Uric. Let's go back to the King's Bastard.
Well,
I'll drag myself out, and of course there's like a huge merry parade, like
It's like someone with like one of those big like dragon costumes, like
yeah,
The vessel was playing.
just couldn't be having it any less.
do you explain the encounter to me?
No, he wouldn't have said anything more than like I saw.
Well, there was a perception check, and there was a strength check.
And I'll just stand just wait for the parade to pass so that we can cross the street again.
Okay.
Unless Marvin's gonna press, we have plenty of time.
Cold.
Or go
Out of the way!
And slide on the ice.
Slide.
I wish I had more ham.
I know, I had like a huge thing of pad thai, and I was like, wow, I just wish I had exactly that again.
Again. There's this.
No, I don't want anything to do with that.
I have chips.
There's
You can have
not.
some chips.
I don't want
So there's
chips.
ham.
I have some romaine lettuce hearts.
Oh, no, I'm fine, thank you.
I have just chicken and tikka masala sauce.
That actually sounds amazing.
It's so good.
Go on.
I have eggs. You can have some eggs.
I'm actually fine, thank you.
I have garlic.
Okay.
Pre-mince.
Okay, calm down.
I have plain turkey. Never mind.
Okay, you don't have to prove to me that you have food in your house. I wasn't questioning
It's
you.
the only things I like talking about.
But yeah, so Kate will just stand there and wait for the. I don't know if Marvin has anything else he wants to do in terms of trying to press for information, but no.
He's perfectly happy to
plumbed that
walk
well.
in silence.
Okay, yeah. Once we have a clear path, Kate will just drag himself back towards the inn.
Okay.
Probably fucking exhausted at this point.
Well, it's still a busy crowd, but you
Yeah.
managed to eventually shove your way through.
Yeah, he'll still push his way through, but in a much less urgent way. In a much more just this is how you navigate cities in Athos sort of way.
Right. Marcus is still a little drunk.
I am.
Feeling any better?
Oh, conscious.
Antoria, you have Tanger out, is that correct?
Yeah, he's sitting on my shoulder,
Okay.
bouncing between there and the table at times.
Got it.
Do you have peanuts you're cracking for him?
I've a couple, maybe, yeah. Something
Okay.
like that.
Just wondering.
Yep.
Although now I want you to actually have a puppet. might have to work on that. Do I have any birds just sitting around my house? I wonder.
You also buy a new pet.
I probably will.
You have a turtle.
I do have the turtle.
Turtle has a bad habit of peeing on people who it
That's
comes
true.
into
That's
contact
even
with.
better.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
No.
I hope that you get peed on stream.
Well, she has already shit all over the bathtub, so we're not going to do that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
She's a good turtle.
Good job, Freya.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Oh. I'd say that Marcus is feeling better.
Oh, good.
Definitely.
Great. Have you finished your jug?
I was not drinking that anymore.
I see.
I'm
All right.
just carrying it with me.
Maybe still half full, I guess we're saying.
Yeah, however far I could get before. Apparently not very far, though.
Halfway down then.
Half empty.
Half empty, correct.
No, half full. Half full.
Marcus is an optimist.
Marcus nods.
And is not surprised.
Okay, you guys have returned
I'll just drag
Intact.
myself through the tavern and sit down at the table.
I'll grab 2 drinks and give them both to Cade.
All right.
And I assume he looks like crap.
He looks awful.
Absolutely.
I mean, more than usual.
Have you ever had a good day?
I'd say Kate's not a joyful person.
Well, I guess there's that one time your god literally spoke to
That
you.
was a
that was
great
alright.
thing. Good times.
Until you got to the part about what he actually said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
Sword.
It was a good minute or two.
Yeah.
Well, the city's not burning, but you look like you've been through hell. What happened?
He just pushed out of the... It was like that one time where he was mind controlled. He was running real fast for no discernible reason. He just stopped and started shouting. He said he saw something, and I didn't see anyone.
That's not uncommon, though.
It's kind of his trademark at this point.
Yeah.
We're in a new city.
Like, I encountered somebody that I used to know.
Is that something to do with his sister?
Victoria snapped to you and you said someone you used to know, and it snapped even faster to Marvin when he mentioned his, the sister. Really? Here?
Yes.
I assume that they got away since you're back here.
They unfortunately did.
It's no fault of yours there.
Also, I'm not quite sure if what I saw was what he was doing.
I know what the fuck's wrong.
Hmm?
There, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Oh.
Oh.
So that way it droops normally.
If I didn't know any better, I would have said that Cade was trying to cast a spell. In the middle in the middle of a parade.
That can't be true, though. He would already be... I mean, this place would be surrounded. He would have been taken in.
It would be, wouldn't it?
I don't think it worked, but he seemed pretty desperate about it, and we may want to make sure he can't do that.
I'm fine.
How would you suggest we stop him anyway?
Well, he had this thing that he grabbed and tried to smash it into the ground.
If you touch my medallion. he's like, what do I do?
Go on, yeah.
Don't touch my medallion.
just like a certain mask someone had that they didn't want touched.
Oh boy.
I don't have your damn mask.
I'm just saying, now you know how it feels.
Maybe we should
It's
discuss
not
this.
at all the same.
Maybe we should discuss this somewhere else.
That's a good idea.
Over dinner.
I'll finish my drink and I'll like scoop some out of Marcus's thing.
Careful with that. You saw what it did to him.
Fine.
Maybe.
That's okay. 16 or 15. Yeah.
We have a room, right? With our...
You do have a room, yes.
let's,
good.
And for once, you guys were wise enough, I'm going to rule, to go ahead and get your own room.
Thank goodness.
Given what happened last time.
Oh my god!
Alright. Let's head up there then. We can talk about this there.
Yeah. I'll grab my other drink. Go upstairs.
Alright.
When we get up there, I hand Marcus 25 gold. And say thank you for your help. This is the winnings we have.
Marcus belches. I don't have belch right now. It wouldn't be appropriate to match his belch.
Thank you.
Checking in Toria's memory.
Yes.
You both put 50 gold on the table, right? And you took 100 gold, and you gave 25 back to Marcus. This is Antoria checking his memory. He's not saying anything important.
Oh right, yeah, I give him on top of the 50 gold.
Oh, okay. That's what I was trying.
Yeah, sorry, I should.
That would be a great scam, though.
Marcus wouldn't have noticed.
Classic.
Marcus immediately puts down everything and collapses into a bed.
Good night.
I'm gonna say I saw a mole who belongs to my sister.
I see.
When you say belongs to your sister, what does that mean?
Do you know what a mole is?
Yes, I had some.
I've had several of myself over the years.
I've had a romantic escapade with one.
That's-
Here.
Oh, that's true. You did. There's a lot more romance
She
this
was an
game.
aggressive one, let me tell you.
Many love punches were exchanged.
I heard.
Yes. I guess it's not an exchange.
I
in its
think
own
that
way.
you two would have gotten along brilliantly.
If she struck you regularly, then probably they are bred to be slaves.
Okay, so quite literally.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Lol.
had you mentioned? Had Cade mentioned she was working with the Far Heralds? I think
He has told you.
Well, if they were working with the Far Heralds, it was only a matter of time before we ran into them. probably.
Here?
Why not?
Why
here?
would she send Osric to Nibenay? Is she here?
There's no way of knowing that. A trusted servant might stay at her side at all times, or might be sent to do things where she cannot be.
Did this guy see you?
Yes.
And would he have recognized you?
Almost certainly.
I see.
I
Well,
think that he attempted to murder me once upon a time.
Well, who at the table hasn't done that?
surprisingly,
Yeah, I was gonna say we have at least
I
one.
think I tried to go.
well, he would definitely recognize you, but shouldn't recognize us, hopefully.
Well, if you saw
I'll pull out my holy symbol and
saw-
start cleaning the dirt off of it.
Cade, then he might have seen me too. I mean, it was hard to catch up with him, but I don't know what he saw.
Well, it's done either way.
Well,
Certainly something else for us to look into, but we still don't have a good place to begin, other than the one that
Oh,
we
that's right.
projected.
Something else happened. I don't know if you were around, if you heard what
Oh, about the
Cobbler
dark.
guy was talking about.
We were listening to that.
Joe Cobbler.
Joe Cobbler.
Matched off rather well with what we learned from the letters.
yes.
Yeah, he said there's dark things at night.
Yes.
You mentioned the Templars don't go out
Yeah, they
much
don't
at
go
night.
out at night, so that's our in.
Could they really have surrendered the city's night? I mean, I could believe that if wrong.
Surprising for Nibenay.
Also, there's some disappearances.
That matches the letters as well.
Oh, also, the elite guard happen to be half giants.
You can give me a history check if you're particularly interested in that.
Sure. That is a 21.
I'll make one.
4.
4? You've heard of half giants before.
There might be one nearby.
Yeah, some call them Goliaths.
Sometimes, yes. They call themselves Goliaths. Only not pronounced that way. So the half giants are a regular staple of any Sorcerer King's armies, but Nibenays in particular are known for being especially brutal and being like. They have this weird temperament where they will go absolutely berserk, but they stay completely silent the entire time that they're doing it. They're sort of known as basically just this wall of destruction, where if they face off against an enemy army or bandits or something like that, they just literally stampede over them and leave nothing left.
They're incredibly powerful. I've heard of them before. Blood-mad berserkers, all of them, and yet strangely silent when they fight.
Well, we shouldn't cross them.
Well, Marcus could infiltrate them. I mean, that's an in.
That might be difficult. No offense, your personality is very different from everything I've heard about
Well,
these
just
folks.
don't give him alcohol.
You said they're silent.
Silent and yet blood-crazed. It's an odd combination.
You can be silent, right?
Marcus nods.
That part I'm
Very
not
good.
worried about.
Hello, fellow half giants. I too am a half giant.
Matching the blood.
But
curves
for
of
the
a
moment,
frenzy.
there's nothing to gain from infiltration of that group. We need information, same as when we came in here. You had a plan for doing that. Do you still want to try it?
That was the plan. I just gave you a bunch of information. These things take time.
We can still try contacting the other group.
I'm concerned about this festival. As I was telling
In what way?
Well, as I was telling Antoria, if the Far Heralds want to make a play against Nibenay himself, and they want to make a strike against the government, this is going to be the time for a display.
Agreed. They do like infiltration.
So we use
Taking advantage of not festivals. They did that in Tyr, actually.
we use the festival as a distraction to sneak into the palace, presumably where the pylon is.
Are you familiar with the Palace of Nibenay?
No, are you?
Somewhat. It is not at all like Abelatre's palace.
Don't get me wrong, I agree with the general idea of using the festival as a distraction, but we just don't have enough information. I mean, the opportunity is here, but unfortunately at the moment,
Well, I mean,
how can we capitalize?
how did you find the last pylon?
We contacted the friends that we didn't want to contact.
Much as I hate to admit it, the Veiled Alliance was instrumental in finding that pylon.
There's still time.
I just don't like us being indebted to them.
We're indebted to them already.
Well, that's
Avoiding
no
them-
reason to go further.
avoiding
No,
them
we've
is
been
not
here
helpful.
for, what, 4 hours. Let's give it some more time.
We don't have time if we're going to use the festival to our advantage. We need something now.
Do we have any idea how long the festival lasts?
It's about a week, as a matter of fact.
Do we know what day of it we're in?
You're on the very first day.
Oh,
So, we got 6 days left.
it's still not much time.
We haven't even gone to the poor section yet.
Of course, there's
Rude.
always the possibility of trying to make contact with Nibenay himself. He may actually be.
The only issue I have with that is it will invariably involve going through his Templars. If they've been infiltrated to any level at all, any attempt to make official contact will end in disaster.
That's true.
Why is that?
Presumably, if the Templar has been infiltrated, anyone asking to speak to Nibenay would have to give a reason why.
Yes.
What reason would you propose we give other than the truth, which would doom us if they've been infiltrated?
Challenge him to a drinking contest.
Additionally, how could we prove weight to our claim?
Could we use your what's his name? Otto? What is that dude's name? The mole?
Oh, Osric.
Osric.
I thought you were trying to remember him on. Otto.
He's had a bit to drink.
Yeah.
Osric is
Yeah, Otto, the mighty tiger.
do you believe that
I'm great!
what is the speaking terms of your Valerie and what city is she from and this city?
Zurich.
Poor.
Would they find having an assassin in their town something problematic?
Maybe.
How would we prove that?
Quite a long shot. What does that look for?
It seems far.
We give them a target that's too
I think-
irresistible to pass
I
up.
think Marvin likes long shots.
But we don't have any proof.
What do you mean you don't have proof?
What will we say? There's a mall in the city.
No, like I said, we give them the bait, a target that's too irresistible to pass up.
What does that mean?
We put you out there and let him try to kill you.
Oh, you mean you want to draw Osric out with me?
Oh, yes, I thought I made that clear.
You didn't!
No, but
Yes, now.
We capture him. We bring him to Nibenay.
you are aware, of course, we cannot use our powers here. We may not be able to stop this man from.
Osric is a champion Urukhari gladiator.
Marcus is a very
Feels
strong
bad.
half giant.
He'll need to sober up if he's going to fight this mall.
I feel
But-
fine.
Even though the festival is a week, we don't know when the heralds will make their move. They could make their move during the first day of the
So
festival.
all the reason to expedite our plan.
But there's no reason we can't do your plan and the original one of contacting our friends. We need all the help we can get. You know what's at stake.
I know what's gonna happen if we contact them. They're gonna give us the runaround. They're gonna give us no solid plan. They never do have a plan. It's always up to us.
That is true.
But they did know where the pylon was before.
Oh, okay. Let me take a guess where that might be.
And they had a way of getting into it safely. Can't take that away from them.
That's true, they knew that cool
I wasn't.
Brickner
I
guy.
wasn't
Yeah, I
there.
was going to say,
That
I wasn't
plan got you
there,
out of,
so
that
I
plan got
can't-
you out of captivity, I
yes,
might add.
if the
I
entirety,
should have met that guy, it was pretty cool.
if the entirety of the alliance was Breckner, then I would be much more inclined towards them.
Believe me, I've discovered myself that every alliance is different.
Well, if we're going to go with your plan, I certainly need to recover. So what's stopping
Yes.
you from attempting to make contact?
If you want to talk with them, I prefer being left out of it. You can.
That might be for the better, even.
Yeah, and Toria doesn't seem to object too much to that particular provision. I'd still rather not walk that section of town alone.
What section of town is that?
Well, my usual method for contacting them is to
By
various
expensive things.
Well, not so expensive this time, but certain things. And I probably need to go to the shadier part of town to do that. If you're out of it, then I suppose you're the only candidate left for going with me.
He's been drinking a fair bit.
Yeah.
You're kind of sauced.
Sorry.
Let's see how Marcus is doing.
Yeah. Kate's
if you can
not
wait.
like hammered, but he's pretty.
I appreciate that we've gone more than a year before doing the roll to see if I'm getting drunk.
I would say maybe in the next 2 hours or so, maybe I could sober up.
2
All right.
hours then. That should be fine.
Hang in there, buddy.
Nah, I just need some
During
rest.
that time, I'm gonna leave
Goodbye.
and
Lila.
never come back. No, I'm gonna come back about 20 minutes later.
You just have like the heads of all the villain.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
have a Crodlaw. Is that what they're called?
Crodlaw.
Crodlu.
Crodlu. I've got 2 Crodlu legs on sticks, and I hand them to Cade and be like, I understand.
Take them.
You're probably pretty hungry by now.
I'm actually pretty hungry. Yes, thank you.
No problem, friend.
Well,
Did you just cast Fireball at the Crodlu that you yourself own?
and I'll be like, what has gotten into
You
you?
guys ever seen me, myself, and Irene?
I haven't.
Never mind.
Could you act out the entire movie for us?
Anyway, as I'm eating my Crodlu legs, I'll be like, what has gotten into you anyway?
I'm not the one that was chasing after invisible men.
I
Cade.
admit that I may have lost my head a little bit.
It's okay. You've got us.
Okay, a couple of hours pass, so
You guys have. Are you ready?
you know, headaches all around. But
Oh, natural 20. He's ready.
I am good to go.
Well,
Finish up,
all right,
finish
all right.
her.
Probably
God
gonna,
damn it! I'm gonna.
probably like somewhere.
He's not ready to go.
I'm sorry. Damn it! My self-control is
Go home, Marcus. You're drunk.
inversely proportional to my character's readiness.
If it's okay, at some point during our 2-hour rest,
Oh, that's.
That's all. That's all. But that's just scraps. I didn't spill much, so.
Cade would probably be like, you know, Antori, I've been thinking about this. This failed alliance business. Is this really where you want your loyalty?
We're the only ones who understand what's at stake, other than us.
I mean, not in this case. I mean in general.
Antoria seems a little confused at first, but seems to figure out where this is going after a moment. He's like, let's talk about that maybe somewhere else, some other time. It's not that I'm completely dodging the topic, it's just there's a lot going on right this moment. Especially with your sister's minion.
That's part of it, isn't it?
It is, but
Look, I
where did my
saw.
box of dice go? Do you still have all of them?
I do. Sorry.
It's all right. I've got some d20s, so I haven't needed it yet. But
Like I saw the look on your face when the failed alliance was talking about using necromancy to try to retake the city. You didn't like it.
it's not exactly what the reaction reflected. I was more surprised than anything else.
And they're not trying to stop Abalachere's power. They're
That was surprising.
They want
that
to
I didn't
separate
like.
her from the citizenry. That's not furthering your goals in the slightest. You've sworn yourself to people who are using you for something that's not even your own end.
are you guys still at the inn, or are you guys hidden anywhere?
Would
in
be
particular?
inside.
Okay.
Yeah, this would be during
Marcus is
their
doing
recovery.
stretches.
I don't disagree with you. As it turns out, there's more to that track than you've seen even with us, but let's just say I'm not prepared to make any decisions of that sort at this time.
It's not decisions. It's just thoughts.
I've had them myself, shocking as that is to admit.
You know, I'm not always pleased with the Templarette myself.
I hope not, given present circumstances.
Exactly. There's a lot of problems.
Could you give that to Lois, please?
There's rot inside the Templarette, and when I return to Europe, I'm going to cut it out. But I can make a new Templarette. People who are truly loyal to Hamana. People who really want to bring order to the wastes. There
Orders.
could be a new alliance. It doesn't have to be these people.
But when you get back to it, there's still the problem. Amanu's power and all of your powers come from the fact that the land is a wasteland.
Imagine an alliance of mages like yourself, people who are intelligent, who are controlled, who understand. People who are intelligent and controlled, but are working together with the forces of Europe. People who are supported by the most powerful city-state in the world. All the research that you could ever want, all the funding that you could ever want, all the access to ingredients and components that you could ever want. And by having access to power like yours to support the Urukari army, we could further Uruk's cause without the need for defiling to push Amanu's will. We're talking about an army of soldiers like myself, supported by an academy of mages like yourself. We could take what they're planning, what the Herald of Stars is planning in Rom, to turn a city into a staging ground to cut across the wastes and establish order. That's not insane. That's what needs to be happening to change this world.
Sorry,
He gets really introspective when he drinks, doesn't he?
But she was at the wrong city, doing the wrong things with the wrong people, the wrong ways. We can do it right. It's something to think about.
Amanu giving up to fighting.
Not giving up. If it is necessary for his will, then his power is absolute. But don't you understand that you can't stop him.
I don't mean to interject here, but you did say something about only having 7 days.
Yeah, this is 5 days later.
It's like a PowerPoint presentation.
Every other picture is just a lion.
As you can see here, everything grows. 72% went under control.
As much as I hesitate to agree,
Everyone's just
I
duct
should
taped
be
to their
getting on it.
seats.
I will think about what you have said.
Good speech, though.
You all get temporary. But just, it's something to think about. You can change the world.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Kate, however, is in no condition to go with, but he's still pretty drunk, so...
Yeah,
Well,
I can tell.
Clearly.
And Tori, you're the best
Yeah.
wizard I've ever met. I love
I love Manu!
Before I set out-
He's so great!
He loves
Before I-
Victoria, too.
Before I set out, could you hand over a little of that gold you won? I needed to spread around for this.
I kept a straight face. But
Of course.
20 would be enough.
Antoria, you've been a good friend.
But no.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
If you could take me to drinking contest.
You know what, Antoria? I'm gonna give you 78, and that's yours. Don't worry about bringing it back or whatever. That is all yours, my friend.
Marvin's been replaced by a demon.
I know, I'm like, really...
What's going on?
78 gold pieces. Use it well, and I know you will.
I don't need this much. What do you...
Well, call yourself something else nice.
Insight check?
Sure.
17.
Well, alright, so do I have to
Deception, I guess?
Deception?
Yeah.
Whatever social
Assuming it's
skill.
not completely genuine.
Oh, you probably got it.
22.
Absolutely.
He has been,
Alright.
he's been changed by his time in the dungeons. He's learned to appreciate the finer things.
You notice that every once in a while the eye patch is on the other eye.
I'll sort of unsteadily get up, and I'll clasp hands with Antoria if he'll allow it. I'm gonna give him a hug and be like,
I thought you were doing like a predator thing. We're like, son of a bitch.
no, I'm gonna give him a bro hug.
Victoria would lose that handshake very readily.
Yeah.
I have no hand left.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give him a bro hug and just be like,
But think how gross Cade's hands would be afterwards.
that's true. And I'll just be like, just think about it, and I'll like pat him on the shoulders and be like, you know that I respect you. That's where this is coming from.
And Toria accepts the bro hug and and nods slowly. I
Oh,
understand.
that's gotta be an emote.
And I'll sit unsteadily back down. Herbie saying bro hug is just the highlight of my
Is that what the whole thing was about?
Yeah,
That was the whole thing, wasn't it? The whole
Kate doesn't even want any of that shit.
S-Link, increase!
Yeah. Alright.
That's a Persona joke.
Yes. Let's set out to the poorer part of Nibenay.
Sure! Nibenay, like any good city-state, has its own warrens. They're across the Grand Way. As a matter of fact, this area is less dilapidated as it is just infested with the wrong sorts of folks. It's literally on the wrong side of the tracks, but it looks like it wasn't always this way. These buildings look like they're just as grandiose and as gaudily and ornate as everywhere else. There's statuary on every spare space of wall everywhere in the city. Even the simplest peddler's shack has weird murals and scrapings and graffiti almost that seems to contribute rather than to take away from the artwork on the walls. There's no real rhyme or reason to it, other than that many of them simply end in these big, stocky spires that come off the roofs of the buildings. And these buildings look like they were once maybe noble manors or something like that, but the nobles moved out, and maybe some other folks moved in, and you can see that there's quite a number of homeless people just sort of squatting in a lot of these buildings that have a lot of the windows, window panes, and doors basically just knocked off. There's very little security in this part of the city. There's lots of more beast races, certainly plenty of elves sort of darting in and out of alleyways as they are known to do. But still, this part of the city is part of the Starlight Festival just as much as anyone else, and so there's quite a bit of revelry going on. This is, mid-afternoon, so maybe things have gotten a little bit quieter. It looks like fewer of the stalls are open. It looks like maybe they're shutting down to reopen a little bit later once the ceremonies start.
Alright. And Tori will start looking around for a place that's selling magical components.
Okay. Give me...
Investigation?
Yes, investigation, please. Who all is with Antori right now? Just Marcus?
Marcus and a bird.
Marcus and a bird. Yeah.
I got a 14 total.
14. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the place and your relative unfamiliarity with Nibenay, you're not able to find somewhere that necessarily squares up with your definition of what a clandestine magical component shop might be. A couple of spaces that might be it, but if they are, they're very, very well camouflaged. Which, granted, they would be, but you're pretty accustomed to being able to spot these kind of places.
It's proving more difficult than I thought. Can we try the Elven Market specifically? Is
Sure.
There an Elven Market? All right.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you see that sort of larger clearing closer to you there on the map? Yeah, that's it. That's the Elven Market. There's sort of this grander courtyard. It takes a little while for you to get there. It's not maybe body to body, or wall to wall bodies, rather. Body to body. Body to body walls.
Oh no. Gross. I fought one of those in Castlevania.
Oh god. Not a press of humanity, but still crowded, still quite a bit going on. You guys push your way and wriggle your way through the crowds in order to get there. But sure enough, you eventually get there. But if anywhere has turned in for a siesta, none has done it more efficiently than the Elven Market. There's a lot of people sort of lounging around and lingering, but no one seems to be open for business.
Alright, well, since the arcane shop seems to be eluding us, Toriel will start questioning people gently about the things going on at night, trying to figure out what the dangers are there and stuff like that.
Sure.
The elf slit your throat.
Investigation?
I'm sorry?
Investigation for that too?
Investigation will do it, yeah.
Alright. That is a 23.
23. So with a little bit of shaking down, a little bit of buying people some wine to loosen their tongues.
Say 5 gold worth?
Maybe to the tune of 10 gold, given that you're a
10
stranger
gold.
in this town.
Alright.
You learn that while the night is pretty much universally feared at this point, people seem still relatively in the dark, as it were, as to what exactly it is that is going on. They simply have reports of beast-like noises out of doors, people vanishing without a trace, not even like bloodstains or scraps of clothing or anything like that, and strange dark forms moving just out of eyesight as the sun begins to set.
And how long ago did this start, is it now?
Maybe about a month or so ago.
Okay, and is it concentrated in any specific areas, or just all over the city?
Give me a what's your social check of particular use?
Investigation?
You can give me investigation. I'll put a higher modifier on it.
It'll still be better than anything.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that is a 14 again.
It's not clear whether or not it's concentrated in a particular area, but given that there's no Templar policing going on here in the Warrens, unless they're actively trying to root out illegal sales or something like that, people tend to shack up a little bit more firmly in this part of town than they would in any of the others, because there's basically no security beyond what a closed door will give you.
Okay, and Arcana check that's not asking anyone else. This is Entoria checking his own thoughts.
Sure.
If there's no Templars here, would it be safe to use magic potentially if it came down to it in this part of town?
Sure.
That is a natural 1.
Definitely.
You're eaten by a grue.
Oh.
I'll mark it
You're
as some-
not sure. Again, you know Nibenay mostly by reputation. You're not sure what, if any, skills his Templars might have that other Templars do or don't. Only that the Shadow King Nibenay is rumored to be a sorceress powerhouse, a particularly arcane-inclined king, with a very diligent Templarate.
Well, I think the only thing left is kill a little time until the shops reopen and try looking for an arcane one again when there are more shops open.
Okay.
So we'll just take a look around and getting to know the neighborhood. I guess an investigation check just to get familiar with this part of town, since we might be spending some time here.
Sure. Marcus, you do anything in particular?
Just following. There's nothing really anything he wants to check out or anything.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay. You guys spend a couple of more hours, basically keeping to yourselves, trying to just sort of get the lay of the land. So you wait until evening begins to set, and sure enough, there's a little bit more market activity, but most people that seem to have things open aren't necessarily like items or accessories or anything like that. It looks like people are more interested in selling things that are appropriate to the festival. People have weird trinkets and like ribbons, certainly lots of drinks, snacks, that kind of thing.
Alright. There's one here, I can't find it,
Bison
unfortunately.
ribbons for Marcus's hair. Some bison ribbons for Marcus's hair.
Thank you.
Frustrating.
Marcus buys food.
I guess the only plan left is there any shop selling anything that even if the shop itself does not specialize in magic components, anything that happens to also be a magical component?
Sure, you can easily find something like that.
Alright, and Toria will at a few different shops buy such things.
Okay, you roll up to the first one, which, believe it or not, is actually being operated by a human, not an elf. But seems to be relatively accepted, despite the fact that he's right smack in the middle of the the elven market, not the human market. Human market is a different place. Long, grizzly kind of beard, low hood, gives you a very stern look as you approach.
Greetings. And what was the specific spell component this one had?
Let's say this is the sort of shop that has the more esoteric sorts of stuff, so literally like a chicken foot, a little bit of poop, stuff that maybe is just for like weird homeopathic cures and stuff like that, but maybe you could also use to cast Cone of Cold, that kind of thing. Nothing especially valuable, not like a ruby or anything like that.
Yeah, that figures. All right.
Stuff that you'd find in a witch's brew.
Alright, Toria will pick out a chicken split and a couple of other small items, but ones that are actual magical spell components. And so how much for these?
12 gold.
Investigation check to verify that price, which seems extraordinarily high. Natural 20. What is the price of these things actually?
Maybe 8.
Maybe 8 gold?
Yeah.
Give you 10 for the lot.
8 for the 8 to the right person that knows their true worth.
Ah, okay.
Festival prices 12.
11. Need money to spend on that festival.
Yeah. Here.
Alright, you agreed?
No.
No, I said you here as in you
Spend
spend
it
your money.
there.
No, just give me the 11, and then one more. Well, that's 12.
He's got a point.
What a stubborn fellow. Do you at least throw in a pouch to keep them in at 12?
No.
Shopkeep's my favorite NPC.
Grumble. Toria very grumblingly hands over.
Even more grumbly, unfortunately, because when you reach for your gold pouch, you find it has been filched.
Oh.
There's all your
Marcus
money.
checks his pockets.
Yours seem intact.
Good call, elves.
Well, Marcus pulls out 12 gold, slams it on the counter, checks his pouch again, repeatedly, every 10 minutes.
Enjoy your chicken feet.
Thank you. Tori tucks them away and then moves off.
Didn't need that pouch, I see.
So great. That's why I hang out with him.
And Toria looks for the nearest alley that the two of us can duck into. He's not asking like that. Out of sight of where we just were.
Sure. There are alleys aplenty in this area.
Alright. Tori looks at Marcus. The gold loss is bad enough, but if that's missing, we will check the rest of his possessions discreetly.
So you have everything that you own, but you notice that a couple of them are in different locations than where you left them.
Toria glares at the bird on his shoulders and I'm like, what were you doing? Napping? That's advantage on somebody's
Worthless birds.
I rolled really good.
Fair enough. It's alright, you are new. Let's go back.
Did you buy a little bit of poop?
He did.
All right, good.
It's a spell component.
Of course.
Banish uses something that the target finds loathsome. Most people find poop loathsome.
It's just a picture of Marvin.
That could work too.
Let's
go back.
His fucking mustache.
No, that's Jermaine.
I hate that guy too.
Back to the shop or back to the tavern?
Back to the tavern.
Very well.
Enough of a waste of time. Thank you for coming here with me, though.
Sure. It's always good to see the town.
Lovely.
Lose a lot of money.
Are you guys doing anything in particular in the interim?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say.
am talking Cade's ear off about Hamanu.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so Cade would probably he'd be really happy to talk about
Yeah.
Hamanu. Like,
I guess I'm just asking, questions and then follow-up questions on just
Sure.
answers he gives
keeping
me.
him rattling.
Yeah.
On. Yeah, Cade. This seems to elevate his mood quite a bit.
All right, good.
So yeah, he would happily spend time drunkenly talking about how great Hamanu is.
That's sweet. Do you continue drinking?
That's up to Marvin. He would drink. He would finish what
Marvin,
he has
do you ply Cade
on
with
hand,
drinks?
But he wouldn't go down to get
Yeah,
more.
I would go absolutely. If you expressed interest, I would absolutely go down.
He wouldn't ask for it, but he would definitely finish what he had
Yeah.
and then sort of look
Yeah,
at it.
I'd be like, hey, you want some more?
So I guess we can assume that Cade's pretty fucking drunk.
Yes, absolutely.
He'd talk a lot about how great Hamanu is and how Hamanu's always been there for him. And it's just very clearly it's a very personal relationship to someone he's never met. He would also spend some time talking about how wasted Antoria is on the Veiled Alliance and how
I can actually drink to that.
Yeah.
I
Cheers!
Yeah.
Great. Okay. You guys make your way back to the King's Bastard.
Torian in not a great mood.
Oh.
well, Cade's having the night of his life.
Well, so is much of the rest of the city, because by now it's sunset proper and the party is really getting going now. And as a matter of fact, you managed to spot what you're pretty sure are some spell effects. It looks like there's some actual pyrotechnics being popped off. Squeaky was happy enough to provide Dust Crackalacken as an epithet for what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely a state-endorsed party. It looks like there are Templars lighting up the skies and providing fireworks for all of the city to enjoy.
Lovely.
After about another hour, you guys muscle your way back into the King's Bastard, which by now has joined much of the celebration. There's quite a big crowd, and there's lots of people celebrating.
Lovely. Let's go back to our room.
Would you come upstairs?
If they're upstairs, I go upstairs.
I'm gonna guess that you guys are hanging out.
Kane wouldn't go downstairs, but he would be.
If you're babbling on about Homonid,
Yeah,
downstairs is not the right place to
He's
do
sitting
it.
on the floor. I don't know how drunk.
Oh, that would be great to just bust into just walk into Nibenay's birthday party and be like,
can't get drunk.
Homonid's great! That Templar thought so!
Yeah, she's like, oh. But yeah, so he's just sitting on the floor with Marvin, and he's just like talking away, and he's like, and so the mercenary says, "I thought you said you had experience with this sort of thing, that you'd fought one of these before." I mean, he says, the half giant says, "No, me said,
You said.
me killed
Yes.
lots."
Oh!
Stupid mercenary joke.
This guy just keeps getting better and
Tell
better.
that one gets funnier.
Antoria,
Hi.
Marcus, hello.
I'm glad someone's having fun this evening.
How did
I'm bored.
The Alliance
Got her in,
fail you
Antoria?
somehow?
I don't think I found them, and we were robbed.
I was there.
His jokes are almost as good as yours.
I'm not joking.
You should have brought me, Antoria. No one would rob you.
Even this featherbrain, looking at the bird on his shoulder, not Marcus, didn't notice anything.
Well, how much were you robbed?
Well, at least 78 gold.
I had spent some of it before that, but yes, all of it is gone.
Look on the bright side. At least that was my money and not yours.
It's not the bright side. There's still money we could have used.
Nah, don't worry about it. These things happen.
Insight
Insight
check, anyone?
check, yeah.
I rolled poorly.
I got a 19 that time. Victoria's trying to see what's going on.
Cade's drunk.
Oh.
The
An
cover.
11?
Yeah, no, versus a 19?
Is there some ploy at hand, or is this simply chaos at work?
I mean, Margaret has a reason for being nice to people.
Okay.
I'm not sure, like, what you want me to say.
It's not mind reading. I mean, I think the only thing Insight would get
It is not mind reading, although
it's
it's
genuine niceness.
Yeah, it's not,
There's
it's
a motive.
Not, it's not niceness because he wants you to think he's a
Yeah,
swell
I
guy.
mean, yeah, it's not mind reading. You
Yeah.
wouldn't know the exact motive. You just know something's off about it. So he
Yes.
definitely narrows his eyes a little bit. It's like,
mind. I think Antoria can read minds if he really
if you want to cast a
decides
spell
to.
and get the police down on us, yes, you can do it there.
It might be worth it.
It might be. He's actually got it memorized. But-
Antoria, I was thinking. I was talking. We found that ring.
We did.
Sham.
Of House Sham.
The ring. I mean, the ring itself probably isn't that valuable, but it may have value to them.
It's made of gold, but even so, it may be more valuable to them.
We may be able to make some social contact with them. They're a deplorable house.
Shocking. But we can contact them tomorrow. We have nothing better to do. I wasn't able to find any obvious signs of our friends.
I want to see the
Well,
fireworks.
there's always that other plan.
We just saw them.
There's more.
Fireworks. You hang out with Marvin. We see well enough fire.
That's true.
Then we had that other plan that we discussed. What did you think of that one?
Which one?
The part where we got to rough up your sister's crony.
Oh, using me as bait for Ozric. That isn't a bad plan. But we'll have to be able to fight Ozric without any of your abilities or your abilities.
That's true. But
Is Ozric, is he you said he was a gladiatorial
I believe you said champion.
champion, but
Is that right?
I mean,
Yes.
we also fought in the arena
You
and we're champions.
Didn't fight in the Europe.
And we were able to use our powers.
That's
and it
true.
wasn't in Uric.
That's also true.
But is the tier arena like sideshow.
Yes, absolutely.
They fight animals most of the time.
We did
Well, now.
slay a beastly dinosaur T-Rex.
That's true.
I don't know what I would
From
call
the
it.
other 20 gladiators that were in the ring with us.
Behemoth, I think, is the
Behemoth.
colloquial.
Well,
I'm not.
Remember when the bear flew? That was
I
a
do remember that.
yes. But
He's dead now.
given your
Yes.
condition tonight, maybe we should just rest.
I'm not certain that the two of us could handle Osric. What would I know, like, as far as his battle?
Well, he's impressive.
Yeah.
And as you say, for Yurik, that's no small feat.
And he's a Maul. My understanding is that Mauls are, like...
Moles are
even
absolutely
worse than
relentless.
half-giants.
Half giants are sort of known for their ability to just dish out incredible amounts of damage. Moles are they're certainly capable of incredible feats of strength, but what they're really known for is their ability to completely and utterly ignore whatever they're taking.
Right.
They can go days and days without food and water in the desert. They can withstand incredible amounts of pain. The reason that they are incredible champions in the arena is not merely because they can fight and because they're incredibly strong, but because regardless of what you put up against them, usually they'll just take it and then kill whatever it is that's biting into them, and then just heal up afterwards.
Right. But yeah, I'll say I'm not certain that the two of us, especially without my powers, could possibly take Osric. Though you are a very impressive warrior.
Thank you.
Do very well within...
What you say is true. That's a problem regardless, even if we don't use you as bait. We may encounter him again in a situation where we're forced to fight him.
Yes. That
But what you're saying
a
is...
concern. Maybe a
What-
good reason.
what
What
you're
if,
saying
we
is-
preemptively got Nibenay involved, telling him we believe that the time and the location of this assailant would be found, use the guards to help out?
If the guard has been infiltrated, which has happened almost every other time the Far Herald's been
Well,
here
then
somewhere,
we know we can use our spells.
we would not get away.
That's-
This is not Rom. The Templar here are organized and effective.
But still privy to being infiltrated.
Well, there
We don't know the method by which that happened.
evidence of infiltration in even Yurik, and it's nowhere with a more impressive Templar at.
Regardless, you're pretty out of it tonight. Our activities should be relatively limited.
Fireworks.
Marcus dips into his jug of rice wine.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's good.
So sorry.
Yeah, I feel better now, so.
Antoria, what's
Wait, is there still any in there? Did you have it? Is it empty?
I was giving him drinks from the
Okay,
bottom
okay.
more, so
Do you just have a jug like Auron from Final Fantasy X style
No,
now?
I just left it in
Bound
the
to your
room.
hip? Like.
It's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Antoria, what do you say about seeing some fireworks?
Seeing, not making,
No,
right?
not making.
Alright.
We leave these two to drink and sleep.
Nah,
fine.
I'll come see the fireworks.
I'll get up unsteadily. What am I doing here? Better than I was when Margaret was force feeding me alcohol for hours.
Here.
This is going to go great. Let's go see some fireworks. Though I
Are you
still
bringing
imagine-
your weapons along with you?
Can you even
Always.
see?
Oh, okay.
See?
Talking to Shivram.
Oh, wait.
I see it all.
Oh, right. To see the fireworks.
Sure, let's see the fireworks. I don't have any more money to get stolen.
Well, I'll be there.
I'm actually gonna leave my.
Chop
Yeah,
off
that's.
the
Alright, Marcus is gonna do that also.
That's fair.
Like, well, I hope the room doesn't get broken into.
So the firework display is mostly down that main stretch. Are you guys going to head down that way?
Sure.
Cool.
Alright.
All right, so you guys head down, and sure enough, the sun has set, but most of the crowd seems still relatively excited. Lots of people still out and partying. If people are scared of whatever terror lurks in the night of Nibenay, then they seem to be doing a pretty good job of hiding it. But granted, there are also Templar every couple of streets patrolling this way and that. So if trouble would strike, it looks like there's someone there to take care of it. You guys march along or stagger along, as the case may be, until you get to the main street. And there's not necessarily a parade going here now, but certainly this is still the main area of celebration. There's lots of music, and sure enough, there's lots and lots of dancers. They seem to be performing some sort of an epic saga with interpretive dance and lots of string instruments and stuff like that. It's terrific. There's a wonderful fanfare, and there's lots and lots of bright lights in the sky. Not merely the Starlight, for which the festival is named, but again, lots and lots of pyrotechnic displays, sparks, the sorts of things you'd see from, USA-type fireworks, but generated through the mighty power of Nibenay. Everyone can give me... Yes?
I was just saying Marcus was going to particularly try and keep an eye out for anybody, staring at our group.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Give me perception.
Cade's on the lookout. For
Sighty based?
It is sight-based, yes.
Okay, green and blue will be the birdie. No. 8 is a little bit of crap. 17 and 10.
17, which one is that?
Oh, the bird.
Okay.
30.
30!
You're drunk.
Anything for you?
I'm drunk.
Amazing. Are you really? No, you're not. Not for another 20 days. I wonder if you have a hangover for those full 28 days afterwards. That'd probably be pretty unfair. You'd probably die.
You would die.
Yeah.
You don't. Are you watching for people watching your group as well, or are you just?
This was because you asked us to make one, and Tori wasn't focused on anything in particular at the moment.
Okay, neither you nor Tangerine noticed anything in particular, but Cade, you've got a big chip on your shoulder, and regardless of how blurry your vision is, you've got a fucking outstanding eyesight.
That's my thing.
And you've got a particularly bulky set of shoulders you're looking for. And so, you guys are maybe right about here or so. You can see all the way down this part of the street that it looks like might be your friend Osric, and he might be bullying someone sort of at the edge of an alley where it meets the street. Looks like he's really giving someone the business.
Well, if it's looking up at the fireworks or whatever else, something's be like, Ataria! As if it's a whisper, but it's absolutely not.
What is it? I'm right here.
Osric, he's down the road.
Go.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not
following right
not gonna
Marcus will follow.
quite bolt with the same insanity, but it's a purposeful stride. At least to get us close enough that we can get a better handle of the situation.
Okay.
Tanger actually shoots forward at maximum speed, probably outracing both of us pretty good.
How fast is that?
He's gonna beat the shit out of us.
Tanger flies at 60 a move, so he can go 120 in a single round.
Dang! Okay, he's gonna get there in 2 rounds.
Okay.
Cade's still kind of sloshed, right?
Well, he got a 17 on his last con check, so I think he's probably not hammered, but he's definitely still drunk.
Okay, give me a acrobatics check.
Two.
Oh shit!
Oh god.
You plow straight into a dancer who is none too pleased with the fact that you have interrupted her set.
Does she slap
Of
me?
course!
Yeah, I'll take it and hold my cheek and look at her and then go around.
She gets the fuck out of there.
That's good. I'm just gonna go. Dignity aside.
So Tanger is reporting what he's seeing. He's
Telepathically, it's not sense sharing, so he can only tell me what he hears. He can't, he can describe things, but it's not.
Okay, and is he gonna go and observe, or is he diving in?
No, he's
and
observing. He's observing.
Okay.
He can't attack even. It's forbidden.
Okay, and is he at their height, or is he circling overhead or something like that?
That's on a window seal, 20.
Okay,
got
got
20
it,
feet
got it.
up or so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're installing a security camera above the scene. Excellent. So basically, you've got this hooded, very clearly muscly, armored kind of figure who seems to be berating this smaller nobleman. very kind of faint but Nibenese kind of features. Looks like he might be a merchant or something like that. Seems very, very panicked at the situation and has just got his hands up. He's trying to do whatever he can to appease this big, huge dude that's in his face.
Does it look like? Does it sound like from Tanger's description that violence is imminent, or just lots of threatening?
It seems very threatening. It doesn't seem as though this is the sort of situation that the guy is going to walk away from without maybe some smacks to the face or maybe a broken finger. But it's clear that the one guy is trying to get the little guy to try and do something or something like that. And that level of compliance will probably influence the proportionality of the violence.
Understood.
That's Tanger's take on it anyway.
Okay.
What are the rest of y'all doing?
I'm following directly behind Cade because
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know what he saw. But
All right.
I don't know what the fucking
You crash into a dancer and then move around.
Yeah.
I'm following. I'm
I'll just
following.
be like, sorry about it.
I'm following Cade, except for not hitting the dancer.
Got it. Okay.
Same. Hopefully.
Okay. Okay. Give me another acrobatics check, Cade.
I'll try to do better this time. Good 10.
10. Okay, you're able to keep your footing, but you're still moving through an active festival,
Yeah,
and it's not quite like
angry.
yes, absolutely. And so you're shoulder checking people left and right, and at this point, people are actually like, "Hey, man, you can actually do that." And there's actually a little bit of a couple of Templars and a couple of soldiers sort of stepping up to see what the disturbance is.
I will try to slip through the crowd to avoid them.
Okay.
Using my
Stealth?
stealth, I guess, would be
Okay.
the best roll.
Marcus.
Or if you got something else you think you might be able to use.
Perception.
No. An opening!
Yeah.
Insight to determine where they're concentrating their search and go somewhere else?
Yeah, I could use insight.
Well, there's a big burly dude
Ah.
angry in the middle of the
I
festival
see.
street.
Yeah, I think just stealth is going to be the most realistic
Okay.
thing here.
Sure.
I can come up with a bullshit reason to use medicine or something, but let's not waste our time.
Sorry, I was a medic, this dancer injured her. She's fine now.
Somebody crashed into her. 5.
5? You just shove your way into the crowd before realizing that you're like half a foot taller than every Nibenese around
Kate's
you.
extremely tall.
He
for a
is.
Niben, so,
They're clearly just like
yeah, they
looking
just
at
see him.
you
He's a head above everyone else.
and continue walking towards you.
The Templars are.
There are 2 Templars and 2 soldiers. Yes.
Can I try to notice this?
Oh, they're right there.
Yeah.
They're just you guys are like right in the middle of the road.
Oh.
The only people that are right there are dancers and performers and stuff like that.
I want to try to head off the Templars.
Go for it.
Do your thing, Jermaine.
So I'm going to walk up to him and say, excuse me, sir. Please, my friend,
Ma'am.
need your help."
yeah, they're all with
I kind of point to the guy being roughed up down there,
Okay.
and say, "Please, this angry man, he's drunk, he's belligerent, he's bullying my friend. Please help him." I'm using deception, I guess,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use my inspiration on it.
Do it. Do it up.
Double ones.
2 11s. Oh,
No,
that's a 17.
that's
That's
17.
good.
26.
Oh.
26. They look and go, That's that young Diger heir. Come on. And as a matter of fact, they turn and hurry towards the alleyway.
Wait,
Tang-
like the other way?
No,
Or-
towards
the
along
yeah,
with-
towards the lip of the alleyway where this young man is being accosted by Osric. And sure enough, unfortunately, Osric doesn't notice anything. Doesn't notice shit, as a matter of fact. But maybe the other. Nope, he doesn't see anything either. Got higher than single digits on those dice, I'm sure. Okay, so you're in the crowd.
Unless he's told otherwise, he's gonna keep going towards that
Okay.
location.
Give-
I will
Fallen.
actually. I don't know if it's reasonable to grab Cade's arm.
He's pretty well nestled into the
okay.
crowd. You're gonna
I
have
didn't know
to.
how far away from him, I would.
He found a hole and went.
Yeah. I want to use perception to find the same hole.
You can see him moving through the crowd though, because as we said, he's quite tall. Give me a strength check.
That I can do, maybe. 11.
11. Well, it's evening and people want to have a good time, and they're just as drunk as you are, if not more. So a lot of people here are really less inclined to get the fuck out of your way.
Fair.
So you have a harder time pressing through.
Are we within 100 feet yet?
You are within 120 feet.
Okay, not good
So
then.
what's the scenario? The Templars got to Osric, and he's still trying to get to Osric?
The Templars are on their way
They're
to
with
Osric,
us.
but they also have to shove their way through the
so
crowd to
are
get
they-
there as
They're
well.
behind Cade then.
Yeah. Right?
They're
close
in
to Osric.
no, they're in front of.
I think they were coming to meet me, and now
Okay.
they've about faced and are going.
I see.
I think.
Alright.
Yeah, let me.
So that's sort of where we're at.
Okay.
I even drew a bird.
Oh.
I mean, that's a better bird. Let's see if they've noticed it yet. Osric finally did. He looks up and notices the Templars moving down the road. And basically just lifts the guy up by his cuff and trucks down the alleyway.
Can't keep him.
Basically.
Just puts him in his inventory.
Alright.
Can I use perception to try to see where this alleyway is headed to try to like
Sure.
cut to the other back alley?
Absolutely.
Tanger will take wing and start following them, but he's flying high up in the air now. He's not trying to hear their conversation anymore.
Okay.
It's not
So
relevant.
you're like the police helicopter.
And the
Oh,
police
we got-
helicopter
we
that's
got-
not working with the police.
We got a 3-star alert going on.
Natural 20.
Natural 20!
So that's 34 total.
Well, you don't have points in parkour, but you're very easily able to...
I can spot the place like, that'd be a great place to parkour off of.
No, you know what you do is you spot a market that has remained open for the celebration, and you basically just duck in through the front door, and then just step through the kitchen through the open back door towards where the back alley is. Right in the nick of time as Osric...
Yeah. And I'll like bust out, and I'm gonna be pulling my spear and shield and be like, going somewhere, Osric? And I'm gonna step at least to try to like, so that we could, if the Templars are following, then we'll pinch her. And
Okay. For what it's worth, the Templars do not seem to be following him.
Fuck.
They don't want to
I
be...
put my weapons away.
Well,
back
you
in
can't
the
see that.
kitchen.
The rest of them
Oh.
can, though, because they're in the main road. You can't see because you've left the main road. Assuming the rest of you guys are sort of following that trajectory. Is anyone following Cade through?
I'm following Cade.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
idea was to be like
Victoria's
right
sticking,
behind him.
Victoria's
so.
sticking with him too.
Okay.
So I'm apologizing to the kitchen people. Sorry.
Ah,
That's alright.
Jerome's like it's dragging through the stew and stuff.
delicious.
First meal I've had in ages.
Too spicy. Osric sets down his captive.
And I'll also be like looking over like where does Templar? They're not here. Well, good thing I have Misty Step. And I won't be like about to attack him, but
Right.
I'll just be at the ready. Be like, what are you doing here?
Hadn't expected to find you, but
Yeah, nor I you.
all the better. 2 birds, etc., etc.
Speaking of,
Is pooping on someone an attack roll? 'Cause familiar-
Yes.
Oh, damn it. I can't poop on him then. Oh well.
What are you doing in this town?
Oh, you've caught up by this point?
Have we?
Okay, that's fine.
Alright.
Unless you guys wanted to have the whole bars fight before we got there.
No, that's fine.
Cade's not looking to fight. He just wants to shake him down a little.
Marvin's actually
is ready for
looking
battle.
to impress Cade.
Okay.
He's gonna beat this dude's ass.
That would do it.
Yeah.
I think Tori would be
Like,
impressed.
well, here's your mask.
Damn you.
Yeah, so if the others filter in, Kate will...
Sure. Well, regardless of how steady Cade is on his feet, the sight of reinforcements gives Osric pause before charging in himself and says, "Happy coincidence, but alas, business before pleasure." And pulls his cloak in around him, and in a whirl, actually seems to disappear into shadow. But the shadow lingers, almost a tiny little vortex, and little tendrils wisp out of it.
Really kind of mutters. Can't risk it. They're right next to us. Oh, hi.
And horrible twisted shadow beasts with blazing eyes and horrible fangs burst up out of the darkness.
Balls, Kate says.
And we'll pick up there next time.
Alright.
Good game.
Sweet.
So glad we have the Templars one block away.
Yeah,
But
I know,
having to cast spells to save our lives.
Well, the good news is these shadow creatures are probably weak to smite that I can't do.
Yeah, I mean,
So for the fun of gameplayness, let's say that road is maybe less than a block. That maybe so it's disappeared this way, which is back into the poorer part of town, which is, as we've established, not patrolled by Templars on the regular. So maybe you're a little bit further away from prying eyes.
okay. Because, I mean, they were just chasing the guy. I guess they gave up and ran off, though.
Well, they were headed that way to see what the problem was, but again, they didn't seem particularly interested. Remember, it is past dark, so maybe they didn't
Like,
want to go.
yeah,
they
you
went,
know,
"Oh, back
he's
alley,
a minor
no, thank
devil,
you."
maybe.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm gonna stay and watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Back alleys are places where people get attacked by horrible tendril shadow monsters.
Okay. Well, that will make things a little better than crossbowing them to death.
Well, I hope so.
Is just for the sake of knowing what's up next time, the noble boy's still there, right?
He is. He is in a crumpled, crying pile on the
Perfect.
ground.
That's exactly how we want him. He's easy to manipulate after this is all done.
Yes. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I always appreciate how many people show up for this. This is absolutely terrific. Thank you so much to our donators, Mac and Wyvern. It was a pleasure to serve every single one of you. We'll see you next week for Dungeons & Dragons. We'll see you here again on Thursday for board games. And I, Foxhound, will be a player in Encounter Roleplay's 5th edition Tomb of Horrors game this Saturday at 1 Eastern, which is noon our time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Levos Jr.
He knows everything. I do that a lot.
Yeah, I'm bad at everything.
Same.
But most especially at Tomb of Horrors. So it should be an entertaining time. Follow along on Facebook and Twitter. I'll be sure to blab a lot about it then. And of course, I'll probably be hosting it here. It'll be a wonderful, wonderful time. Mac, don't worry. I'm sure that one day Marvin will be eaten. I'm positive.
Maybe next session. You
Maybe.
gotta tune in to
You
find
never
out.
know. You'll never know.
Shadow Horse.
What if Marvin goes out for Crodloo legs, but comes back and it turns out it's his leg that he's got?
Oh.
But he doesn't know until it's too late. And he looks down and he's like, "Ah, crap."
Ah, crap.
That'd be weird. We're going to raid Lauren the Flute, because Lauren the Flute is playing and beating Earthbound for the very first time. So follow along. She's a great friend. I like her okay.
She's alright.
She made me an awesome birthday cake.
She did. She made me a cake one
She
time.
was willing to marry me. That's my favorite thing about
That's
her.
fucked up.
I know.
What an idiot.
Thank God somebody fell for it.
Indeed. And we'll see you here on Thursday for the next episode of Pandemic Legacy. It's going to be a wonderful time. Thank you again. Good night, stream.
Good night.
Bye.